So, every day, I have this growing feeling that people only drink coffee because there's something else in it, such as milk, sugar, or whatever else. But people don't truly enjoy coffee, they drink it because I don't know why people drink coffee. But anyway, welcome to the stream, every single one of you lovely boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, friends and newcomers alike. My name is Douglas and today we're playing Pathologic Classic HD. That's a mouthful. But I don't know why we're even playing this game. It's way past Halloween. For we to be introducing the spoopiness of the games. But truly, this game, I have seen it around, I'm not 100% sure where, but I have seen this around, like, possibly one of those, games you should probably have never played but should have, kind of lists. And one of those said, why don't you play Pathologic Classic HD? It's a lovely little game, and what do you know? You might like it. And I decided, you know what, why not? It seems like a very interesting game, and it seems to be the kind of game I would like to play, where it's less spooky, but since we're kind of trying to power through the spookiness and whatnot, let's get on with it. And also, welcome to the stream, Neku and Rhaegorn. How are the both of you doing today? In this lovely ass Monday morning. I mean, the hell, Tuesday morning. As you can see, I'm a very confused boy when it comes to weekdays. Nonetheless, Pathologic HD, the hell are you? Tell me. I'm not sure, 100% sure on what this game is about, but I know one thing for certain: this menu music is it's all over the place. Look at this. It's all why don't we throw in some delicious, so those church choirs that everyone loves when making dramatic things, but also let's throw in some a very fast, high BPM electronic beat, because that's what the kids are into nowadays. I would have liked if there was some sort of, what's it called, those all rights reserved somewhere in the screen saying what year this game is from, but we don't have that. We will have to go in blind, not knowing when this game is from. Of course, one of you could go and look into the wikis or Google or whatever, but let's not. We can do this like so. But anyway, how are you guys doing today? Next, you said, Mr. Doug, as always, you will leave this open to help. Might be only lurking, but you have a nice stream. Oh, thank you, Neko. I will try and have a nice stream. Thank you very much. So let's start a new game. And wait for the game to load the world or something. I don't know.
So, it's all about trickery to you? Wherever have you come from?
No. I detest trickery. But if we ourselves are to suffer deception, our hands are no longer tied. Where are we?
Well, the muscular contraction is there. Means you're already inside of him. This must be one of the ventricles, right here.
What a silly place. It's stuffed. So it's not real for now? I don't think it has started yet.
Does it matter what it's made of? It's definitely struggling. We need to perform sectio transversalis. Cut the wall. There's no other way out. What else is there to do?
I know what to do. Those who favor hard logic and direct action are bound to be misguided. Only a miracle can set us free without us having to destroy something. And I can do miracles. Just let me.
Will you please be quiet? You're a liar and a thief. Who is going to believe you when you keep lying to yourself? The truth is my shepherd. Whatever happens, I will find answers, and justice will be restored. I will perform the operation. Medica morbo adhibe.
Don't you go all bossy on me, clever clogs. You will act justly, but your justice will blind you and become his demise. This calls for the gentle hand of a surgeon. Step aside, both of you.
Your gentle hands are used to killing, not giving life. You will inevitably do harm. As for Brainy, he has no regard for casualties at all. Neither of you knows compassion.
Yes, it seems unlikely that we'll get along well, but there's only one truth.
Any choice is right as long as it's willed. That's the truth of the matter.
Only the heart will show you the right choice. Stop thinking about yourselves. Think of the sick. He's in pain. I can't see it yet, but I can feel it.
It's not even a trap. It's a grave. Subipsum funis sumus. Can't say I hold a soft spot for it.
I can see that. You're full of hate. Stuffed or not, it's breathing. I can hear it. It can be healed rather than killed.
You mean you won't become a killer? But you will. Mark my word, that's exactly what will happen. But I can avoid it.
No, we won't ever get along. I suggest we be on our way. The sooner the better.
Off we go then?
Let's go. The clock is ticking.
What? Oh, okay. Everything is dark. This is the only way forward, I think. I have no idea what just happened. Please don't ask. I can't tell. I don't have answers. But I feel like I should raise the voice volume. And also raise the stream volume a little bit. And also, Neku, thanks for the host, and alongside with the host who said a lot of other things, I said, "You're fine, how about you? And you haven't opened your stream, but you shall leave you as your usual host. So if you have a notification, just ignore it." Sure thing, Neku. And I'm doing good, in case you were wondering. Just, now I'm slightly miffed that this game has no subtitle options. It would benefit so much from having subtitles. Whoa. That's a very radical reduction there. Yeah, but I think that 20 something and crank up those voices. That should do it. So we really have to pay attention to what they're saying because there's no subtitle to assist us, and it is incredibly dark, and the mouse sensitivity could be a slightly more. I feel. Whoa! Oh my dog. Well, I like this a little bit more, but it's still a little bit too high. Nonetheless, I think we're mostly almost ready to go. So how are you guys doing so far? Whoever else is still there. Oh. Oh. So I get to be one of those 3 guys who are there? Alright. Channeling, this character is only unlocked after you finish the Bachelor's or the Haruspex's storyline. And they were talking about things and I'm not sure what they were talking about. I kinda got distracted. But anyway, The Bachelor, the story of humanity witnessed a number of catastrophes that have demonstrated without a shadow of a doubt the pettiness of human achievement and the triumph of the invincible evil. Outbreaks of infectious diseases that have from time to time wiped towns and cities off the map are undoubtedly among those. However smart and virtuous, the people caught up in those destructive events have repeatedly come to the conclusion that it's no use trying to fight those circumstances. The best you can do is bite the bullet and cope with your losses. This is a story of a person who has managed to work a miracle and defeat a seemingly unvanquishable foe. Whereas Haruspeck, how do they call upon the Manku, the faithful of a warden kin, known by their hands for they are butchers, known by their eyes for they are surgeons. They who follow the lines, they who are the leaders of the kin, they who speak through Udurgs. What? They who know the secret art of haruspicy, I don't know how to say that. Haruspicy, I don't know. What is a haruspex? Reading the future in the entrails, he knows. Oh, is that what that is? I think I heard this term recently. True. Anyway, reading the future in the entrails, he knows that a body bears semblance to the universe. His scalpel follows the lines of the body. His step follows the lines of his king's fortune. A haruspec that can tell a true line from a false one is entrusted with power. A haruspec who is confused by his path gets buried into the deep black flesh of the earth. This is a story of a person who has avoided the contradiction, eager to rip a doomed life apart, masterfully filling his true purpose in the process. What the fuck is this? Alright, I was expecting this game to be kinda full of metaphors and some sort of esotericism, but not this much, right off the bat. I knew I can only get to play with you after finish one of their stories. Alright, so before we even begin, all I know about this game, from what I have read, is that there is a town and there's a plague affecting this town and you have to solve the plague within 12 hours, I think. And it does not stop. The clock is always ticking and those 2 hours are going through, no matter if you're doing useful things or not. And events happen all across the city, and if you are there to witness them and take clues and whatnot, great. If you're not, well, bummer. You're gonna lose those events. And in the meanwhile, while you try to help discover the cause of the plague and save whatever much of the city you can save in this little time, you also have to take care of yourself, so you don't become a victim too. So that's all I know about this game, and that's what made me want to play it. Okay, I think we're gonna play with the Bachelor. Since the simplest and more grounded one, kinda, it seems okay. The history of humanity witnessed a number of catastrophes, blah 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 blah. This is the story of a person who has managed to work a miracle and defeat a seemingly unvanquishable foe. Let's do it.
Daniil Dankovsky, a Bachelor of Medicine, was brought here by circumstances most unfortunate. Dankovsky's life work, his theory challenging the existing notions of human mortality, is being harshly persecuted by the powers that be. Suddenly, a letter arrives from a colleague suggesting that there is previous undiscovered evidence which may support Dankovsky's claims. There is a settlement, the letter says, ruled by an extraordinary man who may well be seen as objective proof of Dankovsky's daring hypothesis. Grasping at straws of hope, Dankovsky decides to follow what he believes to be the sign of divine providence. Without further ado, he sets off for the settlement. Late at night, Bachelor arrives in the town. As he seeks room and board, he gets to know a girl called Eva Yan and stays at her place till dawn.
Daniel Dankovsky. Alright. Neko, you said that it's good for starters. What do you mean? The Bachelor? Have you played this game before? Oh boy. You can tell this game is old by the 3x4 resolution they have going on for these cutscenes here. Oh, they really wanted to show off the... Look at that, we can animate a human face with emotions and whatnot. Is that me? Is that the Bachelor? Naku said, you mean if Bachelor is the most grounded and easiest, it's good for starters, go with an easy one. Oh yeah, it's either the Bachelor or the mythical Mumbo Jumbo guy. So you bet I'm gonna go with the Bachelor instead of the... I read the fortune by looking at animals' entrails and whatnot. And oh yeah, there's a dog dude there. I hope to dog this is not an enemy I come across in the game. Oh boy, what are you? I really hope I don't come across these things. Alright. And also, Neko, I think that the command is exclamation Bork. But anyway, as of today, whatever day today is, my mission remains obscure. The examination of Simon Kane, who is rumored to be a man of incredible longevity, may shake the very foundation of modern thanatology. Oh boy, so many terms I'm unfamiliar with. This game could very well have some sort of, wiki shenanigan. So, could someone quickly tell me what the hell is thanatology? And also, hello there, Rain Shep. How are you doing today? In fact, let me ask Google. What is thanatology? The scientific study of death and the practices associated with it, including the study of the needs of the terminally ill and their families. Okay, gotcha. And challenging existing notions of death itself. However, even if this undying Leviathan proves to be more than a fairy tale, the mere confirmation of his existence won't suffice to prevent the powers that be from shutting our laboratory down. I need to figure out the most fruitful approach. Simon is a well-respected man, and if he mistakes my interest for effrontery, it would be nigh impossible to convince him to help me break new ground in the field of human vitality. Alright. Sounds good, I guess. Anyway, how are you doing today, Ring Shep? I have no other tasks. That's my mission. Day 1, by the end of which the Bachelor finds himself battling a truly unvanquishable foe. Do I? Right now I'm gonna battle against the brightness, the very low brightness of this game. Oh boy, I can jump. So they already have a laboratory. Other interactive things again. Oh, okay. 6 day 1 I have 1430 potatoes? What the hell are those? Oh. Apparently tab activates battle mode. Man, this game really not only feels old, but it controls old, it plays old. It's an old game. I really wonder what year is this from. A range type said that hi, only says you're a scrub. Oh no. And you're okay. Oh, that's good. How was your yesterday? I have an inventory screen. Yes, I have, more or less. Weapons, clothes, drugs, rations, other. Oh, I do have a lot. Okay, I already used them if I... Oh, okay, that's how I see them. Morphine, a universal opiate painkiller, has a strong analgesic 15 seconds and sedative minus 35E effect used for heavy injuries, acute pain, and in preparation for surgery. Reduces fatigue 8E per hour and increases health 2S per hour. When sleeping, the effect lasts for 10 hours. I don't think I do not think that S means second anymore. Alpha tablets, an outdated immunity booster, only useful in very large doses that causes serious health damage. And tourniquet, a rubber tourniquet facilitates health recovery after traumatic injury, stops bleeding and immobilizes damaged tissue. For clothes, I have white gloves. Man, what the hell is this game even? Kerosene used for refilling the lamp. And what are these potato monstrosities I have in here? What are those? God damn you, game. And I have a scalpel. A large cartilage scalpel can be used as a close combat weapon, not very easy to handle, but very effective due to its sharpness. Deals the most damage when attacking from the front. Frequent use causes it to dull quickly. So we should not be using the scalpel. We should not even be fighting. What the hell? Alright. And also, hello there, Zach. Welcome to the stream. And what we are playing today, I wish I knew. This seems to be Pathologic. It's a very weird Halloween-ish game, even though we're way past Halloween by now. I came across this game as another one of those humble bundle things I got, and I wanted to give it a try. Oh boy. And that's pretty much it. I want to give this game a try. I actually think I have to look up the commands because I don't think this game is gonna tell me the commands. Okay, so those are the move keys. E is use, space is jump, F is my torch, V is my plague finder, lovely. Left and right mouse buttons are the attacks. Tab, show and hide hands. Left shift or right control, oh my god, that's the worst button ever. To sneak, R reloads, I is my inventory, M is my map, Q is my diary, L is my letters, P is my character status. List of the bound is T, sheath and host weapon is X, and quick save and quick load F5 and F8. I think the... oh boy. Who are you even? I think that this is like those 2001, early 2000s PC games. When you buy the game, there also comes with a little manual and sort, and those are the only things that will bother to tell you the controls. So what's up with you?
I had a feeling you would come.
Rain Shepherd said that it was okay. And Zach, you're just playing Mega Aquarium. How is that? And how are you doing today? And what do you mean it was okay, Rain Shepherd? Did nothing nice happen? Did the sounds from the outside wake you up too? There was a terrible groan, and then something snapped loudly. No, I heard nothing, or I fell asleep so quickly I didn't even notice. It's like I fainted, so what sounds are you talking about? I think there are strangers in the backyard by the pond. They're unlikely to be planning mischief, but I have a bad feeling about this. I'm afraid to go out to them. I hope they go away soon and stop disturbing our sleep. This photo looks nothing like you. I'd like to thank you for your hospitality, for boredom, bed, and the very good laboratory. Why do you think they aren't planning anything foul? Our population is so thin, crime is basically non-existent, especially here in the stone yard. Sometimes there are pranks, of course, fight happens occasionally. People are young here, so they often go out at night. But we're a tight community, and now I hear unfamiliar speech. It's not a good sound. I'll go and take a look, but I'm in a hurry. I must see this founding father of yours. Are you willing to trade the company of a fascinated woman for that dreadful old man, even if he is a sorcerer? That's so sad, but Simon won't go anywhere. He is, and he has always been, he will always be. Even if the moon were to fall to the ground, please stay with me a little longer. Simon is a sorcerer. Did I hear you right? Is that the secret to his longevity? I can even imagine the hospitality here, but who was waiting for me? I didn't notify old Burak of my arrival. I'm not even sure what made me take off for this place. What? I'm so confused. Simon is a sorcerer. Did I hear you right? Is that the secret to his longevity? Are you in that much of a hurry? Do come around. The canes are asleep now. Take your knockabout coat off. Have a rest in my bed. Let me warm your hands. You are so anxious to see Simon, as though your life depended on it. My life, yes. Now that my laboratory is on the brink of destruction, my whole life's pursuit depends on that remarkable man. If he has really managed to live that long, then his tissue will help me defeat death. Death? So that's the enemy you've chosen for yourself, isn't it hard? Isn't it hard? I don't think anyone has managed to defeat that evil yet. Millions of doctors defeated it on certain singular occasions, but my enemy is more fearsome. It is that itself rather than a singular case of death. My enemy is inevitability. I am challenging the forces of nature. Millions of doctors, blah blah blah. I don't understand. I can barely understand it myself. Could death only seem inevitable to us, but in reality be nothing more than a whim of the will that had shaped this world? That is the question. So, where is the key to my victory? Show me where Simon lives. Man, this dialogue tree is so weird. Show me where Simon lives, please. It's not far. The Canes live at the Crucible on Bridge Square. But could I please offer you a piece of advice? Go on. Simon has two younger brothers, the eldest of the two. Georgi? It's called the judge by the locals. Visit him first. He isn't asleep. He'll teach you how to speak with Simon. The youngest of the three is Victor. His daughter, Maria, also wanted to see you. It is probably important. You barely arrived to the city, but everyone wants to have something to do with you, apparently. Was it she who knew about my arrival beforehand? Yes. She told me about it privately. Talking to her is no simple task. Maria is that kind of person. She puts on airs. But that's just how the Canes are. It was Maria who told me that she would help you defeat death. That's the precise wording. What a coincidence. Alright, thanks for the advice. Go! And now prepare everything for your return. Do come back after you speak to the kings. They will probably do a lot of things that will puzzle you and put you on guard. I will have some advice that may be of help to you if you need it. Okay, I'll come back. Ah, nice. I have. Whoa. So many houses. What the hell is this? The abattoir. This. I hope this is not a building, because if this is a building, it looks eerily organic. First block of the dormitory. The second block of the dormitory. So many houses. The Willows, Anna Angels' house, Andres Stamating's pub, the Raw, the mansion of Katerina and Alexander Sabrov. This is so fun though. So many games, especially Skyrim, they have like 5 houses, and those are the houses of every single NPC in the town. Whereas this is, there are like a shit ton of houses, but only a few have like actual places that you can visit probably, and they're someone else's house. That's cool. But anyway, and it's a management game where you build an aquarium park. It's on Steam, says Zach. I think I have heard of it. I didn't get to check it, but is it fun? And also, Rain Shepherd said that it's nothing of importance. Oh, I see. Well then, I won't pester you for information. And by the way, that reminds me, sorry about the whole discussion yesterday on Discord. I imagine that it might have been kind of an uncomfortable subject for everyone. And I'm sorry if I pushed it a little bit further. I hope you don't mind. And I hope that you're doing okay despite all that. So by examining the map, I note a few things here and there. First and foremost, there's a railway station which seems to be the end point. So this village is in a way important. To be like the end point of some sort of travel shenanigan. There's some ruins here at the edge of the village. I wonder if those are places I have to go and if there are secrets to be had in there. There are little trees, so I don't think this will be a single tree, but rather a very arborized place. Except for maybe that one, which might be just a single tree. This mansion called the Stillwater belongs to a single girl called Eva Young. An accidental midnight encounter provided me with a lovely companion and temporary lodging. The Stillwater, Eva Young's house. So maybe that's where I am. This up arrow, I hope. This is the mysterious Maria, Victor King's daughter. Has been expecting my arrival for several days. She seems to know more about me than I do. And this is Simon Ken, the man of improper longevity, is waiting for me here. I hope he sympathizes with my request. I only need a living evidence of the impossible. So they live very close by, which is good. And this world, I don't know what is the scale, but it seems to be very big. I hope there's no loading screens in between this. And I hope that the horror elements don't show up too early. You know how not good I am with horror. And also, you guys can't see, but there's a little symbol over here in the bottom left corner. I wonder what this is. Oh, okay. It's this. Whatever those are. If I click this symbol again, it goes to the map. Well, game, you certainly has got some delicious points for, you know, creativity. Alright, thank you, Eva Young. And also, great detail for having a broken mirror. That's a nice texture, by the way, for a broken mirror. Much better than trying to render in an actually working mirror into your game. People have been struggling with how to render mirrors for ages in games. Oh no, there are loading screens. God damn it. And Zach says if you like management games, then yeah, I do love me some management games every now and then. There's some management. Oh, fucking hell! What the fuck are you? Oh, Doug, damn you! Oh, boy. Oh boy, you things are alive. Oh shit! Fuck. Are you? Oh boy. Hold! Dog them. I'm going to have to teach you about the technicalities of the setting, the time and the place. It's non-essential, but that's just how it is. The actor has to be prepared before he goes on stage, or else he'll fall down the aisle or stumble upon the prompt box. That would look mighty silly, wouldn't you agree? Hello, Executor. That's his name, by the way. And Eku says, if you ever get 1,000 followers, you should do a scary game. This game is already scary. Look at this flipping thing. You're going to have to teach me. Aren't you forgetting your man? Nah. Speak, I'm listening. Who are you? An actor in a tragic mime show. That is unimportant. Will you listen to me or not? Oh boy. I am listening. Time flies by. It cannot be stopped or turned back, except if you use saves coming by quick save and quick loading. Night follows days, which are then followed by night. Oh boy. Things happen without any regard for whether you're there to witness them. Don't expect anyone to wait for you. Most events can be missed. He's actually talking about the game. He's explaining how this world works for the player, not the character. And so, that's how the world is. And so it would make sense for you to visit the places that you care about regularly. You'll find the people that will play major roles in your fate there. They stand out from the common folk. The rest are just a crowd shot, a background, a bunch of extras. As it has always been. Indeed. Still, it's best to avoid hasty judgment. It is a paradox, you see. Don't try to care too much for the lives of these, bound to stand out people. And don't be too dismissive of the silent crowd. Both extremes will end in tragedy. So I shouldn't focus solely on the named NPCs, but I shouldn't pay too much attention to all the extras, I guess. Why is that? This world cares for your reputation, a fine and crucial instrument. Your reputation changes the world, you see. For it is a mirror, wouldn't you agree? And so a bad reputation can get you in a lot of trouble. For example, oh, need I describe? You've got a vivid imagination. Everything changes, from mystical aspects to mundane things, like the people you need treating you badly, how many enemies you've got, how high the prices rise, how bad your dreams are, lots of things. Oh boy. So just because I have shit on Twitter and called a bunch of people with very offensive names, will I have worse dreams? That's so. A sorry prospect. So how do I maintain my reputation? Really? How is that even a question? Same as anywhere. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not betray. Do not steal. Do not covet. Do not be an asshole. Do not get caught. The rules are the same everywhere. A truly selfless deed, like risking something for thy neighbor or even a person who lives quite far away, can help in a dire situation. I see. By the way, how is the stream layout? Is my little big fat head here getting in the way of text or something? Because I can push it a little bit more to the corner and hide it a little bit. Really? Good for you then. Oh, good for you. And how was it? As for me, I can't see anything in this mask. I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, don't get too worked up about human lives, and don't put too much stock in another's words, mine included. He who trusts everyone is asking to be deceived. Definitely, yet he who trusts no one is deluded. I know that from experience. Speaking of trust, where does Simon Kane reside? I would be most thankful if you showed me the way. Yet he who trusts no one is deluded. Okay, that finishes the conversation, I think. What about you, young fella? Oh boy. Oh. Oh my dog. This is giving me such weird feeling. Oh boy. Imagine you show up in a creepy village and there's a guy with a spandex black suit all over the place in a white mask like this. It's great Halloween costume, by the way. Venerable bachelor, please be so kind as to linger for a minute. This conversation won't take much of your time, especially since time stops during dialogues. Oh, that's good to know. At least during the important ones, and our dialogue is extremely important. You need to know how to play after all, don't you? Play? What are you talking about, Maskman? I'm neither a gambler nor an actor. Who are you? A poor tragedian, if you please, a victim of circumstance, just like you. You are mistaken. I am the director, the person in charge of the situation. I'm not a random actor, or you look more like a comedian. I don't have time to talk to you. I have time to talk to you. Too bad that my words are very harsh. Of course you aren't. You are a living, breathing man. As is evident from your conditions and statuses, you experience hunger, thirst, and fatigue. You suffer from pain, wounds, and diseases. You're so lifelike. You have to eat, drink, sleep, and rest, and to make mistakes. The latter being the most definitive proof of my human nature, wouldn't you agree? If I may, I would like to point out just how important it is to keep an eye on your condition. If you get dizzy or unnaturally sluggish, do have it checked up. Vital processes tend to run faster during emergencies than in everyday life. I knew a person who died of stress but was diagnosed with starvation. It happens, I can testify to that as a doctor. Need I remind a wise man like you of the fact that hunger is sated with food? Food can be found in shops, and shops can be found in ordinary houses that are marked with specific signs that says S-H-O-P. Sleep, however, is more complicated. You can't sleep everywhere, you hobo. People only sleep in beds and only in private residences around here. I am sorry, but that's just how our world is. You certainly have never been to a big metropolis, boy. Yes, the world is unjust. And quite silly, if you forgive me for saying so. Speaking of commerce, different shops sell similar items at different prices. Make sure you don't get cheated. People can be quite brazen around here. You can also barter with the folk out in the street. Some things may be nothing more than trinkets to you, but others would be willing to part with their life's blood for them. Blood. Yes, blood. It is not my place to lecture you. But if, following your Hippocratic oath, you ever consider easing someone's pain, feel free to just approach them with a suitable drug. You will see their pain receding before your very eyes. The sick fall asleep when they're close to recovery, don't they? Or when they're close to their ultimate rest. Still, helping the hopeless will grant you a good reputation. You will be seen as a benefactor willing to part with a precious sleeping draught or a painkiller for a simple bystander. Anything else? No? Not yet. Show me the way to Simons's house. Turn left now, then walk along the alley. You will see a cathedral and 3 mansions across Bridge Square. Simon lives in the one that is closest to the river. Thank you. Boy, are you scary. The couple of you. I mean, fuck. If I were playing this as a child, as soon as I walked out of the house, I would be like, no, fuck this. And I would have closed the game. Instantly. Like, dog damn. Also, P is for character status. I'm good of health, of immunity, I'm not hungry, no exhaustion, no infection. Blow softenings, protection from bullets, fire, and infection. Boy oh boy. Can I get killed by a lot of things. And also, nice fog effect game. What a nice way of, you know, not rendering too much information at a time and making sure our early 2000 computers don't freak the hell out. So who are you? Man. Oh, you don't even have a portrait. Anything I can do for you? What is a termitary? Two massive buildings in the eastern part of Earth. Well, I'm sad that you think Earth is just this village. The termitary marks the district's border. Beyond that there is only the abattoir and then the steppe itself. People do not belong there. Why? Well, they just don't. It's not a people place. But someone had to work there, right? Some folk do. The steep people. The butchers. That's way outside of your area of expertise, believe me. That was intriguing, my good man. Thanks for your random information. So these passerbys, they do have information. Weird, cryptic information, but they do have information nonetheless. So yeah, the arrow is actually, it's definitely me, and it points where I'm looking at. And what the hell is this thing here? Anyway, this is dimensions. These are dimensions. Oh boy. There's a very big, very cryptic building here in the distance. What the fuck is that? Hello. Anything I can help you with? No, thank you. Young lady. There's no need to feel down. I say young lady. You're walking ahead. Oh, I said young lady. Alright, let's talk to Mariah? I don't know how they say their names. But yeah, this seems to be an early 2000s game. Very old, but it got a remaster because apparently people have praised this game to high heaven, and now, oh, there it is. So the woman told me to talk to Maria, but she also told me to talk to the other son, Victor Kane. As of Georgia Kane. The Crucible, the mention of Maria Kaina, Victor Kane's daughter, the cathedral. So let's talk to Mariah. First and foremost. And Akiro, you say that the lack of background, with it being only some fog, makes you uncomfortable. Oh, you don't know how it makes me feel. It makes me feel so happy. You have no idea. Dog them. Hello?
I'm feverish. What can it be? Great souls are not those who have fewer passions and more virtues than the common, but those only who have greater designs.
Sure. You resemble an adventurer rather than a doctor. How is it that you know me? I saw you in a dream. Don't flatter yourself. My desires have nothing to do with that. I simply saw you take us all by the throat. Oh boy. What else did you see in that dream? I'll tell you when I think I can trust you. And Neku says you're a scared dog. I can see your tail between your legs. Oh, you have no idea. There's a reason why I don't play scary, spooky games. This is one such. And also, Rain Shep says, Doug, want to hear a bad dad joke? I always want to hear bad dad jokes. Lay it on me, Rain Shep. Let me hear it. I hope that happens soon.
The Saburovs' wait is over. They've always wanted an heir.
I have a lot to tell you, Bachelor Dankovsky, but I dare not. Until you meet my uncle Georgi, otherwise he'll rip my tongue out for disclosing a secret. Some strict morals your family has. They make much more sense than you may think. This is not a game, is it? For all that is holy, do not speak to my uncle. For all that is holy, do speak to my uncle. And then come back to me, otherwise the excruciating anticipation will tear my heart to pieces. Alright, we cannot put your heart at stake now, can we? I will go and speak to your uncle. Be right back. Kinda... Oh, okay. For whatever reason, the loading was much faster here. This is your uncle's house. This is a weird shaped house, by the way. Also, what the hell is this thing that I keep getting? Is this stones? What the hell is that? Oh no, this is not the entrance. Never mind. I was wrong. And Rainshap says, why did the tree go to the dentist? Because it needed a root? Cano? Oh, what a polygonal tree. Dog damn. Hello. I'm Danai Jankovsky or whatever my name is. I don't know. Isidore Borak's message. Oh boy, I have messages I have to read on top of it all. Dog damn. What are the controls again? I forgot. My diary is Q. Letters are L. Okay, diary is Q. Gotcha. However, blah 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 blah. Okay. Hello, I'm Denkovsky. Danny I. Denkovsky. Daniel Denkovsky.
Few people know death. We only endure it. Usually from determination. And even from stupidity and custom.
And Rainshap says to get a root canal, yeah. That is such a bad joke. It is a good one though. Most venerable doctor, it is with great impatience that we may have been expecting you. You need not delve into the minutiae of your business with us, since our family is well acquainted with your scholarly work. We are also quite aware of the difficulties you were experiencing and well prepared to do our utmost to support you. It hurts me all the more to be the one to inform you that Simon, my consanguineous brother, the creator, keeper, and embodiment of us all, of all that surrounds us, has been murdered. I can't believe it. It cannot be. Damn it! Why did it have to happen just before I arrived, right as I found the chance to prevail? I can't believe it can't be. Who did it? Who did it? That is what we want to find out. With your help, Bachelor Denkovsky. What do you know? My brother was murdered last night whilst you were asleep, under the strangest of circumstances. He was in the middle of a room. It was very well lit. There were thousands of witnesses, and yet he died. But for all the mystery surrounding his death, I'd rather skew the notion that his departure was connected with whoever has visited Simon that evening. The visitor is a man of laudable rectitude and an old friend of our family. There are witnesses to testify that he and Simon did nothing but converse. Who was the visitor? Someone you know quite well. The man whom my brother saw last night was your colleague, Isidore Borak. Was he not the very person to advise you to come here as well? Yes. I would have told you that I'd been brought here by the hand of fate not so long ago, a naive man that I was. Yes, he was him. Isidore has done more than he thinks. I have a lingering feeling that time itself is using uncontestable powers to further its own intentions. What do you think? Categories like time, nature, and fate deprive man of responsibility for what goes on around him. Was taught to avoid this worldview. It could be that my mind is clouded by sorrow, but I cannot escape the feeling that your arrival was no coincidence. Your choice was made for you, my dear doctor. Let us not blame fate for it. Isidore wrote to you without making us aware. He took a risk that could have displeased our family. Why do you speak the word fate with such disgust? So one thing I learned is that there's no rollback dialogue tree. Very often the game presents me with two choices, and if I choose one, I forfeit the other one. Apparently, so choosing the direction I wanna push the dialogue in is important here, apparently. And Shep says, here's another. When is a door not a door? A door is not a door when it's ajar. A door is not a door when it's ajar. Is that it? Have I cracked the code? Really? Even though we were uncertain of when you would arrive, my brother was looking forward to meet you. The tragedy may have been a consequence of the action he took in preparation for your arrival. Someone has taken a powerful piece from the chessboard, a piece upon which your position here depended. It is doubtly regrettable that Simon was playing on your side. Oh no. So you presume the queen knew of the blow and sacrificed itself for a pawn, but why? My sincerest condolences to you. Is there anything I can do to help? Do you want to help us, Doctor? Find the murderers for us. We don't have cops, for we are a very small village. But please, we need someone to go and uphold the law, so that one might be you. My brother Victor, who is in the wing next door, would share some of his thoughts on the matter. Help us and the reward will not disappoint you. Indeed, it seems there are too many coincidences. Your brother's murder can't just as well be called the murder of Bachelor. Can just as well be called the murder of Bachelor Dankovsky. I will help you in every way I can. I need some time to get my act together. I suspect you are not aware that these developments render my whole life work null and void. Sure, I will help you in every way I can. I am convinced that if there is anyone at all that can help us solve this puzzle, then it is you. This mission calls for someone as astute and inventive as yourself. If Isidore was an instrument of fate, then Simon's murder is a message that fate intended for you personally. Do not think I am inclined to blame you for that. I am not. How do you plan to look for the murderer? By asking you to look for the murderer. Alright, Shep says when it's ajar, and yes. Ah, lovely. See, I have the spirit for dead jokes. I just can't ever think of them at a suitable time. But here's one for you, Rain Shep. A dead joke of my own. So there were two peanuts walking through the park, and then one was assaulted. How do you plan to look for the murderer? We will take our own measures. The only thing I expect from you is to be yourself. Advice I give to all the young ladies and boys in this place. Do only what you think is required. Whatever you find out, whatever you do, whatever your day turns into, everything is a clue to the solution of this puzzle. Because you are part of it. I repeat, everything that is happening here is happening on your account. Fine, I'm fine with this course of action. You have my sympathy. Okay, so my next objective now is to go check out Victor. Simon is dead. His brother Georgia is preparing to take the empty throne of the clan's leader. The Kanes are obsessed with the idea of finding the murderer. They don't seem to be driven by rancor, but rather by the desire to uncover a mystery. And this strange, weird statue over here. So many mysteries. Nonetheless, I have barely just begun the game and I'm already intrigued. I'm super into this. I'm already invested. So long as this poopiness does not happen, oh, I'm down for that game. The Steam page and literally everywhere else clearly says that this game is a horror game. I hope there's less horror than not. Let's see how this goes. Let's talk to Victor Kane. Hello, Victor. The hell is this? Never mind. Victor? Victor! Dog damn you. Hello?
Perhaps old Gimsky is setting a trap for this newly arrived Haruspect.
What? I wish people always talked with some sort of subtitle or that they talked the things in here. It's incredibly weird and hard to understand them. The famed Dr. Dankowski, your arrival is a great honor for us. Victor Kane at your service. Daniel Dankowski at yours. I foresee that the things that have become ordinary for us will probably make you feel uncomfortable and disturbed. I would like to compensate for that impression. You know, our small community has fallen out of the loop. Time leaves us behind. What do you mean? I mean the traditions. Games that we play with passion will most likely be of no interest to you. The people you meet here may seem eccentric, naive or even somewhat deranged. Please take it easy on us. Don't judge us so strictly. I hope we will be able to work in the atmosphere of mutual trust.
Who is it walking upstairs?
How can I help you? Georgi has told me everything, which is to say he told me very little, but it was enough to astound me. He maintains that you can provide a more detailed account. So you have agreed to help us? I have. May I ask why? The killer's goal seems to align astonishingly well with the goals of those who have been waging war against my work for years. We share a tragedy. I want to exact revenge upon the one that robbed me and my work of a future. I want to solve a puzzle. I even like having so little information that challenge to my intellect. The killer goal seems to align astonishingly well with the goals of those who have been waging war against my work for years. I'm prepared to answer any questions you may have. When was Simon last seen? We sent Isidore home, then an hour later he came to this hall to see us. He announced his plan to withdraw to the focus and receive no one. He told us that not to approach the focus and to fast for a week. Oh boy. Partaking of neither meat nor water. Then in the morning he was found dead. How was he found? With our eyes. And also borf to you, Renshep. What's up? The servants discovered him in the morning. The room had been ransacked. Everything that was breakable had been broken. His disfigured, contorted body bore signs of terrible suffering. His neck was twisted, his spine broken. I think no one has touched the body. It is currently inside the focus and will remain there for the prescribed amount of time. Do you suspect anyone? No, all I know is that Isidore was with him that evening. No one can enter the focus against Simon's will. Well, perhaps a higher being could, but no one else. Could the murderer have already been waiting for Simon there? No, you have no concept of what the focus is. Entering it is like entering someone else's mind or a drawn picture, if you will. It is impossible. What is the focus? It's hard to explain. It's his study, if you will. An extraordinary, spacious, creative laboratory. Almost perfectly sealed off, except for the door that was visible at all times, metaphorically speaking. I do not fucking understand. What the fuck are you talking about, Victor? It's like an equation, or a mirror puzzle. Anyway, the murderer could not have been hiding there, take my word for it. Well, Simon did get in there somehow. He could perform far more impressive feats. There's a reason why the whole town revered in him. Alright, so how can I help you? Just take a look around, trust your intuition, do whatever you like, speak to whoever you feel you need to, look for the murderer, doctor, and you will find them. Keep looking till the last breath. I'm sure your rational thinking will help you. So Isidore is the only lead. How can I find him? I'll show you, but you must be careful. Simon's murderer, whoever they are, could not be an ordinary person. I can't imagine them even being a person. I fear it could only be fate, wearing the guise of a mysterious monster. And Neko says I'm going to the doctor. Have a nice stream, King. Sure thing, Neko. Thank you for sticking around. Ouch, my leg. And good luck. Have a nice day. And hope to see you back soon. Rain Shep says, hi Daddy Wolf to 104, and 104, hello! Welcome to the stream. And 104 says also, is the photo how he should look like for real, since the 3D thing is like Frankenstein monster? Yeah, I think there's a big discrepancy between the 3D model and the photo. Like, weirdly huge. But then again, this is an early 2000s game. I don't even know when this game is from. I am thinking 2003. I might be wrong. I'm definitely wrong. But anyway, while the photo is nice to say, the Rain Chef says, I think that is the case, Daddy. And 104 you ask, how are you? Rain Chef and Douglas. And especially the thing he's doing with his eyes, what even? Yeah, he's kind of showing like, look at the wide range of motions I can do with my facial muscles. See, aren't you impressed by our game engine? Feel impressed, young gamer of the early 2000s. But to answer your question, I'm doing good. Just slightly spooked by this game. It's a horror game after all now. Horror spooks me dearly. But I'm doing good. How about you? Welcome to the stream, by the way. And 104 says they would have done a better work if they had just had the photo pasted on a box. Maybe. Alright, Shep, you're making a cake tomorrow. What sort of cake? Man, I so wanna taste your cuisine one of these days, right, Shep? The way you talk about cuisine and post videos of it, it just makes me think that your food must be awesome. And I dearly want to taste it one of these days. I will be careful. But that's where Isidore lives. Or is. This is where Isidore Burak lives. The man that had brought me to this remote place. He's the last person that saw Simon Ken alive. Thank you, Victor. Look, damn, this door doesn't open. Do I really have to go around your room when you have a door that clearly leads to your office? God damn you, Victor. Alright, I forgot to ask, what's his name? I forgot his name. To allow me to speak to his niece. Hello.
The town will
Georgia.
meet its death at the hand of Simon's murderer.
I am counting on you, Doctor.
Certain.
One more thing, I would like to examine your brother's body. We have sent for Isidore Burak's most accomplished apprentice. His name is Stanislav Rubin. Quite a resolute and talented man this Rubin is. I have great expectations of him. He will bring everything you need and you will examine the body together. I am no pathologist and autopsy is not my specialty, but I could perform a preliminary examination. I am genuinely sorry, Doctor, but our family tradition will cherish for as long as the family has existed. One of such traditions requests the dead to be left alone for 24 hours. The body is not to be seen or touched by anyone. The spirit of death row will be over by tomorrow. A curious tradition, where does it come from? On several occasions, excessive haste has led to undesirable consequences. The phenomenon that Isidore had invited you here to study, it is in our blood. This physiological trait of our family shows itself from time to time. Well, that's quite intriguing. The examination with the body will not help you anyway. This puzzle has to be solved within your mind. I am not able to, or even allowed, to tell you any more than that. Believe me, I am not trying to conceal any evidence from you. The body is kept in the ice house. It is intact, but focus may not be breached. I will wait for the required period of time to pass. Please take all possible measures to ensure the safety of the body.
Most men only die because they know not how to prevent dying.
Makes sense. The Rain Chef says that you make good food. Yes, exactly. One of us says this guy doesn't even have the same hairstyle or beard style. It would just have been easier for them to not have the photos. Yeah, I agree, but could be worse. Nonetheless, how are you doing today, 104? How's your morning going? Or evening, I don't know what time of the day it is over there. Possibly afternoon. How's your afternoon going? Which of the locals could help me? Whose words can be trusted? I do not know for how long you will have to remain here, Doctor. You are most welcome to be my guest, even though I won't try to keep you. While you are here, though, and especially since you are trying to find the truth, it is my duty to offer you a piece of advice. I would be most grateful for it. This remote place has a history of its own. There is not enough time to retell it to you, which is unfortunate, since it is the background of the town. It may possibly justify some local conventions that will most likely seem barbaric to an educated person like yourself. Not at all. What traces did history leave in your society then? There are 3 truths that rule this town, 3 origins, 3 ideas if you like. For several generations, these 3 powers have been in conflict with each other. I suspect none of them can exist without the other 2, yet each of them still strives to dominate. Each of them has its own voice too. I have studied philosophy at the university and I take it far more seriously than some of my colleagues. However, I fail to see the usefulness at the time. Tell me more. These voices are the ruling families, the co-owners of the Bowl Project, who have been ruling the town for almost 2 centuries. Each one of the truths they represent is screaming at the top of its lung, and in so doing travesties whatever value it carries. So much pathos. So all you wanted to inform me about was the 3 contradictory versions. Who are they? The first verse is the Saburovs. The second one is the Ogimskais. The third one is us, the Kanes. We are the local head of one. We are the 3 heads of one beast. Each of the clans will offer their understanding of what is going on. Each of the 3 will use their own voice and the voices of their own followers to lie and distort the truth. We cannot exist otherwise. However, in doing so, we will inadvertently reveal the entirety of the truth to anyone who would listen. So I am surrounded by lies. How exciting. Truth is my only idol. It is only for the truth that I fight. Do not worry, I only trust proven fact. Words alone carry no weight for me. You suggest I believe you. I suggest you believe no one. Perhaps I am the only one of the 3 rulers that would ask you to disregard his very words. If nothing else, I hope it will win me your favor. At least I am offering you honest advice. You should never trust any of us completely, neither the Kanes, nor the Ogimskais, nor the Saburovs. What am I supposed to do then? Fuckface. Well, no one will dare lie to your face. I have no doubts everyone will tell you the truth, but they will tell it in such a fashion that this truth will conceal the reality better than any deception would. The only thing I'm asking is that you don't jump to conclusions. Compare different versions. Your extraordinary intelligence will allow you to ascertain the truth. That inspires hope. Furthermore, each of us will try to paint a rather ungainly picture of the other 2. Most likely we will fill you in on the negative sides of each other faction and withhold anything that is good about them. That is inevitable. None of us will stoop to outright slander, so everything that will be said will most likely be true. But this truth will be one-sided and incomplete. Listen carefully to what we say and take it into account. Your words are a pleasant surprise, Judge. This is so weirdly written. But anyway. 104, you said that you are... Oh, Doug. Fucking damn it. Sorry, 104. I accidentally clicked something that deleted everyone's message, I think. Oh boy, I have timed you out. Sorry so very much for that. I didn't mean to do that. I misclicked something here. Fuck. Sorry. What did you say? You are hungry and confused. Since there is a kitchen table in the apartment building's stairwell, so you don't know it is up for grabs or not. Apparently not. I can't steal. If I steal, people will be mad at me. And also, you told Rain Shep loot things, and he said yes. Yeah, you send in a meal of the landlord. And it isn't the best table, but it's free unlike you need a kitchen table. 3 rulers. Extraordinary intelligence is buttering you up a lot. They certainly are. So this is what I find so weirdly weirdly written about it. It's like I don't see a real life scenario in which someone would come to you and say, "Hey, so me and these other 3 people, we kind of rule the town, but we don't like one another, so we're gonna tell lies about one another, or we're not gonna tell the whole truth, so we're gonna tell bad things about one another, and you should not trust each one of us because each one of us has their own agenda, and they want to see, you know, things their own way, so they will not help you wholeheartedly or wholesomely." And this is weird. Anyway, the stories of the evil that the kings have unleashed onto this world are partially true. Do not feel obliged to act on our favor. As you can see, I will stop before nothing to ensure an unbiased investigation. The lack of prejudice I want to instill in you is the only reason why I am making a confession like this. I do not want my brother to have died in vain. I will take your word seriously, do not worry.
I'm too old. Nothing can harm me anymore.
How many doctors are there in your town? If we exclude Isidore Barak, Stanislav Rubin is the only doctor here. He's the most competent of Isidore's apprentices. The rest are good for nothing as far as I can tell. They're only capable of distorting the knowledge their teachers is trying to pass to them. Do you trust this Rubin? I would trust Rubin with my life, a competent medic of remarkable courage and laudable integrity. Everything he does is done with appropriate diligence and care. He doesn't like people that much, but he is eager to serve them. Why do you ask? I just wonder what kind of man he is. How do I get to know him? Rubin will come here tonight to get down to examining my brother. You will get acquainted then. So tonight. I don't know when exactly is gonna be tonight. Now is, you can't see, it's 7:50 something. Let me move my fat head to the corner so you can see the time of the day a little bit better. Hide less information. Away. And sorry, so very much sorry, Wenofar. Didn't mean to time you out. I misclicked something. Anyway, also Wolfie Gaming TI. Oh, 8 o'clock. He said, "Oh my God, what's up?" What? Also, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? What is up with you? We're playing some Pathologic Classic HD, and it is a weirdly eerie game, but so far I'm enjoying it. I'm actually enjoying it very much, even though I'm scared shitless of this painting they have going on in here. Like, what the fuck? Hello.
Oh, mother. Why can't you be here with us? The Saburovs' wait is over. They've always wanted an heir.
This thing she says, but that is not in text, feels like a clue now. The Saburovs' wait is over. They always wanted an heir. Huh. But anyway, Wolfie Gaming TI, you said you are great, and you are totally not at semi-professional speed shooting competition. It's at 6 AM US CST. I have no idea what that means, but congratulations, I think. Now listen closely. The time for conclusion, secrets, and alliances has come. I am going to ask something of you. I am not used to that. I'm used to holding the reins, but you are not harnessed, so it would be unacceptable to address you in this manner. I find solace in the fact that my request will be welcome with you. It fits the style of your venture. I'm not an adventurer and my job is no venture. I hope it never becomes one. Yes, you'd better be polite. I don't take kindly to orders. I am a creature of liberty. I am a creature of liberty. But that feels kind of rude to say that out loud like that. I apologize if my words comes across as mangled and silly. I am truly not used to asking, but the nature of my request demands complete and selfless humility. Just imagine me begging, kneeling, and believe me, I do feel that way. People are also extremely verbose in this game. They must explain the reasons in 2 paragraphs before they tell you what they mean to tell. It's so over the top. But anyway. No need to kneel. What did you want to talk about? I knew myself before a lady. Fuck that. No need to kneel. What did you want to talk about? Today's death was the first, but it won't be the last. Simon has opened this corps of irreplaceable victims. Soon their numbers will multiply. I beg you to preserve the lives of several people when the lines of their fortune cross yours. Before any of them die, there will be a moment when you will be able to intervene. I know that for a fact. Before any of them dies, there will be a moment when you will be able to intervene. I know that for a fact. Who are these? How? I had a vision. I am a clairvoyant. I will become the Nocturnal Queen soon, just like my beloved sorcerer's mother used to be. So I want me to take care of them. And to turn back the wheel that is about to crush us. Yes, that is my last hope. Perhaps, at least, you are master of your fate. Even Simon cannot boast this title now. And Sam says, greeting Mr. Douglas and everyone, how are you all? I'm doing quite good. Welcome to the stream, Sam. How are you doing today? You had a great test today and did some stuff here at your house. And Wolfie Gaming TI says United States or US, and CST is Central Standard Time. Oh, nice. But what about the first part, the semi-professional speed shooting competition? Well, what's up with that? But nonetheless, Samuel said that you cleaned up here and there, and you also wrote more of that sad story you're making. I see. How would you reward me if in 10 days' time these people were still alive? Would you go with me to the capital? I'm only staying here for a day or two anyway. Oh, your beauty is only matched by your intelligence. You know how to push my buttons. Are you really a sorceress? I'm only staying here for a day or two anyway. I'm not that good at separating the interweaving lines of life. My intuition is superb. Stay alert, bachelor. Watch the condemned extend their hands towards you, begging for your help. Will you deny it to them? They are essential for your victory. Everything happens, what? That is out of the question, Maria. I fight, lose, and win on my own. What? Everything happens. That doesn't matter. What was destined to happen will happen. You can be whatever you want to be, but not a coward choosing to hear no evil and run away from reality. I will give you a list of those I know of. Those people are bound to you. Bound? There is a tight spring of power within each of these people. Each of them can break the routine of human existence and become something greater. They are standing on the verge of their humanity, gazing into the realm where they could serve a different, higher purpose, without even knowing it. Moreover, they are bound to make the leap in one way or another. That is why we call them simply the bound. Also, look at my facial motions. They are crazy and out of control. But how is their fate bound to mine? Did you say my victory depended on them? How? I don't know. I'm not a mistress yet. The future is not as clear to me as I would prefer. but I can feel the present. I can already distinguish a dubious guess from the pulse of the precise knowledge, devoid of words and images. These people are bound to you. Your lives are connected. I wouldn't have asked you to care of them otherwise. You sound delusional. I'm sorry, but your uncle's death has messed with your head. You need to come to your senses. Or are you clairvoyant or something? Yes, she just said so. You fuckface bachelor. Pay attention. Ah yes, you haven't been told, have you? It didn't even cross my mind that someone may be unaware of my abilities. No one here dares doubt them, for they are evident. Yes, the mistress of every ruling house possesses special abilities. I am learning to see the future and transform the present. This fact offers your words a different degree of authenticity. Forgive me, I don't believe in this sort of phenomena. Will you comply with my request? Will you save the lives of people I named to you? Answer me before going back to Eva. Alright, if it is truly within my power, I will do my best to save their lives. Whatever happened, these people must live. Their fates are bound to mine. They may as well hold the keys to my victory in their hands. Georgie I. Kane, Victor Kane, Andrew Stammeting, Peter Stammeting, Maria Kane, you will die. Oh no, Eva Yan and Mark Immortel. Alright.
Great souls are not those who have fewer passions and more virtues than the common, but those only who have greater designs.
And Rain Shep says, Sam, you're pure boy for No Nut November. And Sam says, yeah, wait, what's No Nut November? Rain Shep says, it's a stupid challenge to not nut. Sam says, that sounds like a fast way to get blue balls. And to get prostate cancer as well. Nonetheless, we the kings have always been out of touch with mundane reality, but we are driven by love. Love can be furious, funny, and blind, but there is never a need to make excuses for it, is there? What exactly did you see in that dream of yours, the one that had to do with me? A truly terrifying battle is ahead of you. If no one has ever told you about your fate, I will be the first. You must know that I admire you in advance, regardless of the outcome. You will fight a foe that few can defeat. Oh boy. Is this a prophecy? You will clash with a foe like a dragon slayer, but your weapon will turn against you. Striking at the heart, you will end up with your own flesh torn. Every drop of blood you squeeze out of that heart will turn into a gulp of yours. If your foe escapes you, penetrates you, or saddles you, you will hear malicious laughter in your ear, and my crestfallen weeping. So it's about the murderer. Well, I will make them regret your tears, whoever they are. He who laughs last, laughs best. What?
It came from below the ground.
I'm not sure I'll be a great talker now.
For many years, we were bearing...
So, there was one option to ask her when these people are gonna die. I don't think I can ask that anymore. And oh boy. Oh fucking hell, why do you two keep popping around? God fucking damn you, it's scary as shit. Don't do that. Hello, Executor. The town is small and rather unconventional. Unexceptional, isn't it? Yeah. But there are all kinds of people here, the simple folk and the more remarkable ones. The former will tell you more than they know, the latter know way more than they're ever going to let out. Keep a close eye on them, your victory depends on it. Now who are these remarkable people? There are 20-something of them, easily distinguished by their lodgings or their presence. They are called many names, the bound, the fated, the adherents, the Gubelstaglur, the town circle. Simon preferred the company to any other. Why? Because it is they that will decide the fate of this town. Don't be distracted by the fact that some of them look insignificant or disreputable. They will earn their worth. You just give them time. They're the most important joints of the town. Are you telling me all of this? Each day one of them will try death by the tooth. What? What the hell does that mean? And one of us says, yeah, no, not November is, throws it into the trash. The whole idea truly is that the only true thing was the no shave November, where people take the commitment to not shave their beards or anything, to raise awareness to prostate cancer, which happens in men. And like, it's really common and can happen with a shit ton of men, and it's actually fairly common and easy to avoid if you discover it in its early stages. However, a lot of men don't want to have, you know, people insert things into their butts to try and see if they have a cancer growing inside of them. So a lot of men go with prostate cancer undiagnosed and end up dying from it. However, the No Shave November was a challenge created to raise awareness for that, and then someone else decided, you know what, let's go and create also the No Nut November, so let's not, or rather the No Fap November, to just because they said, well, if we're not gonna shave, let's also not fap. And that is stupid, because not fapping or not nutting for a whole month, for that long period of time, can cause your body to, you know, build up stress, and this stress can lead to this prostate cancer forming in the first place. So don't do that, kids. Go blow a nut. And one of us says, but what does beards have to do with butts? Nothing. Nothing at all. It's just that people are gonna be like, wow, I never seen you with a beard. Why are you growing up your beard? And then that person is gonna say, because to raise awareness for prostate cancer in other men, and so on and so on. But anyway, each day one of them will try death by the tooth. Each will put their lives at risk, and each one that dies is important. Some of them may take the keys to victory to the grave. Mind that the keys are yours while the grave is theirs. Others will do the opposite. Don't waste your chance to condemn someone who may get in your way. What does that mean? How do you know what is helpful and what gets in the way? Okay, alright. Dropping you more hints would be shutting up now. Allow me to conclude then. Each bound you save will influence the finale of your adventure. Each of them has their own goals and motives. It may so happen that those who seek a different ending survive, and then, well, you have been warned. Okay, I'll take that into account and we'll be careful. I have no idea what you meant by that, but I will try my best. And what do you have to say, mister? Oh boy, you are so scary. There's something in particular we feel the urge to warn you about. When you speak to the bound, please choose your words carefully. Do not worry, you will easily be able to make out what kind of person is standing before you, an observant man that you are. So use that skill when dealing with the bound. Some of them are indeed worth insulting, whereas others need to be treated with the utmost respect. I have no idea what you're talking about. If I ever engage in conversation with someone, it won't be for personal gain. I have no idea what you're talking about. Please explain to me. I'm dumb. Every line you utter will have consequences. News is spread rapidly around here. If you spoil your reputation in one place, you will have to reap what you have sowed in another. Restore your good name in the south, and you will receive a warmer welcome in the north. They will heed every word you say, and you will be rewarded. Not by means of money, I hope. A handful of money, it's not a dialogue fee, don't get me wrong. Never refuse to take small sums of money from the bound. That would not belittle you in any fashion, but what would rather demonstrate that you appreciate local customs. Alright, I'll keep the local customs in mind. Scary ass man. Alright. So we have talked a lot, and I believe that due to the nature of this game, we will do a shit ton of more talking, so Strap in, everyone. Today's one of those days. We're gonna talk like crazy with every fucking one. So Isadora lives all the fucking way over there. That's gonna take me a while to get over there. But Eva asked me to return to her once I had a talk with Simon. I think. Let's go over there. And Sam says, wow, Douglas, just say it for us to bust a nut. Yes, I did. You should. And you're having conflicting thoughts. What about Sam? What thoughts are conflicting in that head of yours? Because don't take me wrong. When I say that you guys need to go and bust a nut, I don't mean literally, oh, go jack off to some weird, crazy, kinky porn. I mean, please take care of yourselves and your medically, and you know, take care of yourselves medically. And busting a nut, like it or not, is good for you medically wise. Anyway, Eva.
We sometimes differ more widely from ourselves than we do from others.
That ominous singing outside the window is gnawing at me. Who could be singing at a time like this? Very little time has passed, but I feel hungry and exhausted again. Since I have decided to fight death, you will have to be very careful. It's September. You will be dying with every breath of our air. Whoa. Whoa. Hold on. Sam, you said you're thinking about the plot of the story you're making. Let me tell you the new thing that you added. Please do. And also, hello there, Hunter the Wolf. You said, hey, I tried playing this game before. I got super lost though. Yes, I can see myself getting lost already. I find that speaking things out loud helped me a little better to focus on things and commit them to memory, but also trying to have a stream going on does not help. But anyway, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today, Hunter the Wolf? Wolf? Since you decided to fight that, blah blah blah, you'll be dying. We're all dying with every second of our life. It is exactly this annoying phenomenon that I have challenged, but since you have heard of Fanaticus as an achievement, I'm not going to waste your time monologuing. What am I supposed to do? Not breathe your air? Should I have stocked up on air from the capital? What does September have to do with it? This steep is so full of various herbs. They fill the air with dizzying vapors. White whip, twire, and swivery are dangerous in August and September. When herbs surrender their juices to the sun, people tend to get headaches this time of year. Herbs sufferers lie in bed with pains. My heart aches too. How do you people live here? For fuck's sake. Twire is a rare herb, so usually it's bearable. But this year it's unbelievably plentiful. I can't speak those words. The elderly say that this is a phenomenon. Nothing like this has happened before. They think it's a bad omen. Well, I don't believe that, but the air is droning. Can't you feel it? Don't you feel dizzy? I do feel dizzy, confused, and I feel all sorts of feelings. Lady, you have no idea. Hunter the Wolf says, great, thank you. Going to nap soon before work? Sure thing, and thank you so very much for that follow. That's mighty kind of you. And have a great nap, and I'll be seeing you later. Yes, the air is heavy. You need to sleep often, never go hungry. Drink more water. You need to look after yourself properly. If you feel sick, forget everything else and get some rest, otherwise you may die of a heart attack or bleeding. Be careful, alright? The more I think and do, the faster I die. That's symbolism if I ever saw it. So how am my status? My exhaustion is building up, so is my hunger. Apparently I don't need to drink. That is good. Drinking is kinda annoying, has always been. So don't you have anything else to tell me? Is that all? Really?
I had a feeling you would come.
The omnibus singing outside the window. I don't hear any singing. Let's go check over there and get a jump scare. Why not? Might be worth it. There's a little pond here. Behind your little clinic there's nothing. Alright, there's nothing here. They keep gathering rocks or whatever those are. I wonder what the fuck is up with them. And I'm kind of afraid to... What does this mean? Yeah. I'm also afraid to keep pausing and dilly-dallying too much because I'm not 100% sure about what's up with this game. Rations, I have water. Alright. Okay, where do I need to go? I need to cross those bridges and go Isidore Brack's house. And I should also go and talk to people. Lara Ravel's house. The Town Hall. Lump. Olgim Sky Mansion, home to Big Vlad and Capella. The Town Theater. The windows of this house are bricked in. The cathedral. Let's go have another talk with Victor. Not 100% sure I did everything I could. Actually, they told me that later tonight, Ruben would be coming to examine the body, so... maybe that is it, I have to wait for later tonight. Oh. So how do I get down there? I just jump? Oh, I can't cross this wall apparently. Oh, I'm walled in. Okay, so apparently this jump command is here just for... it has no reason to be here. I can't jump over any obstacles. But I am truly getting worried by how much gravel I'm collecting. All these background noises, what the fuck? 9 in the morning. What the fuck is going on with this game? Hello you, mister. Anything I can do for you? I'd be much obliged if you help me to learn how to get around your town. There's more than one town here. The first one is called the Bow Project. The second one, the offspring of the project, is a district. I mean, the residential part itself. Not so long ago, the town also dropped anchor across the river, but I wouldn't go so far as to call that a part of District 2. It's just the polyhedron. Tell me about the Bow Project. It's the industrial base of town. The station, the warehouses, the works, and the abattoir all belong to it. I wouldn't recommend going there. It's just an appropriate place for a person from the capital. It's not an appropriate place for a person from the capital. It's filthy there, and the stench, I'd say it's not an appropriate place for anyone at all. Didn't think about going there anyways. Say, how come such a tiny town is divided into districts? Well, it's just sort of came to be that way. The Gullet and the Guzzle, the Gorkhorn tributaries, divide the town into 3 parts. Each of them consists of many separate courtyards. So maybe that's the reason. And what are those parts? The lower part adjacent to the abattoir is called Earth. The one between the Gullet and the Guzzle we call the Knots, and the triangular promontory between the Guzzle and the Gorkhorn is the Stoneyard. That's intricate. What about the districts' names? The Stoneyard consists of 2 districts, the Bridge Square and the Atrium, plus the Mistress's Tombs, of course. Earth has 4 residential districts: the Skinners, the Tanners, the Hindquarters, and the Crude Sprawl. In the middle, something wrong. I'm just not sure you need any of this. The Knots have 7 districts: the spleen, the marrow, the chine, the backbone, the mouth, the flank, and the gut. I don't suppose I need to go into further details. Surely the Canes will show you around. They are expecting you after all. Much obliged. Thank you for change. Whoa. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me, I guess. Has any of this information been added to my map? I don't think it has. So he told me a lot, but none of that information is in my map, so it's just world building, I think. And Sam, so main character, you should know you have a disease. It will kill me before I'm all that old. That's why my parents didn't exactly want me. Nobody needs me, and when I become strong and smart, people didn't want a lost. Even when you became strong and smart, people didn't want a lost cause like you, except when you was able to defend others. They looked so happy, so you kept living. That's why you don't mind using this life of yours to save someone. So if killing me here and now will make you happy, then sure, whatever. Maybe I'll be more useful using my life like this than just dying from an illness. No matter what I do, I'll die soon, so there's no wasting a life that has already been wasted. So I don't mind dying if that will make someone happy. There is this scene that basically explains why the character doesn't care about himself that much. Might I say, Sam, personally, I find nothing appealing about the character who has no wants. Not to say that it's bad. If that style fits your writing, then sure, go for it. But I personally don't like a story when a character just is like, I don't care for myself. I feel like it's very just, Okay, if this character doesn't care for itself, then why should I care for this character? If them don't care for themselves. Hello? What is this abandoned bar place? Hello. Oh. Commerce. Nice. Fresh meat. Milk. Egg. Vegetables. Dried fish and crackers. Dried fish. Blah, blah, blah. Wow, it's an expensive fish. So is this money? Am I getting money as I go? Am I? Yes, I think I am. How do I do commerce with you, man? What? Alright, so I have to click on you to select the thing I want to do. And then what else? Oh, I go press this down key here. What a weird system. But anyway, I bought cookies, and yeah, apparently those pebbles I'm collecting as I walk, that is money. I'm getting richer by the moment. Hello. We all know about you. Girl. What are you so happy about, girl? You've almost caught the unseen cat. Wanna come see her? Where did you find such a cat? It's the famous pale cat. Her eyes are like translucent emeralds. Her fur is gray and her body is completely transparent. I would never go after such a fright. The light passes right through her. It is very pretty, but most importantly, she's invisible in the dark and rodents can't hear her. That's how light her step is. She belongs to the pale obtuse. To the what obtuse? It's no use. I know you won't believe me anyways. Just come over and see the cat for yourself when it gets dark, but it's by the 12th warehouse. The password is hell froze over. I'll do my best not to forget this intricate phrase. When it gets dark by the 12th warehouse. Where the fuck is even that? Down theater, shelter, town hall, lump, boiler room, factories. Oh, this is Rubin's Persecutorium or whatever that is. Another thing I learned is that I have to be kind of careful of where I go, because some places are walled off, they have fences and whatnot. If I get into a fenced area, I might not be able to leave as easily. And that will cause me to lose time. We all know losing time is no good. Hello, bye. And Sam say, what do you all think? Well, he was planning on making it that he was at least able to live a bit longer. This means to give himself for self-care. Also, you know, see your point of if he doesn't care about himself, why should I? But looking for a farm to make him care about himself would be something good for a story. Yeah, it might. It might. This is the town hall. I'll never memorize the layout of the city. Because no matter where you go, there's no landmarks. What about you, swagger man? Oh boy, your face. Caroser. Oh, how ferocious Mother Nature is. For this her wrath that has to be withstood. Oh friend, if only I could wet my whistle. I'd gladly give you anything on earth in exchange for a gulp of chilly spring water. How about we barter? You will have your water and I'll have bandages. So you want water, a bottle of spring water from one of the hidden springs, the Cathedral Stone Springs, the Spina Yard Square Well, or the Sugag Kadrug Spring on the boundary between the steep and the rotten field. The water from the latter used to be sacred, but the locals are wary about drinking it due to its proximity to burial ground. Oh boy, the price is 5 water, so you don't want one bottle of water, you want many bottles of water. Alright, I don't know how even ever am I gonna go and procure that, but I'll keep that in mind. But Sam, to talk a little bit further about your story. The problem that I have with it is if right from the get-go you tell me that this character does not care for itself, that this character is just, my life is meaningless, I don't care for myself, I'm just here, and people don't like me, I will not feel the least concerned, bothered, or in any way interested by this character. I'll just be like, well then. So he exists. What about it? And you as a writer have to provide us with a reason for us to feel interested about the character. Rubin, is this your house? Why do you live in this god-awful place? And also, Oni, welcome to the stream. Fucking Bork, he loved it. What did who love? Welcome. How are you doing today, Oni? Oh boy. Okay, so this is Rubens's house thing, but he's not here. Are you Ruben? No, you're a factory worker. So here we are, once again, no one's asking us. Gotta smoke. Take a look here, can you repair this device for me? It keeps missing the target from 3 yards away and sharpen this blade too. Who are you? Tell me about yourself. Have you seen anything suspicious? Sorry, don't smoke. Can you repair my scalpel for 200 things? Yes, you can. Nice, thank you. Thank you. But yeah, Oni, that's my only problem. From the very get-go, I do not feel any sympathy towards the character, and I don't feel curious at all about him. If he blatantly goes and tells, I don't care about myself, or I don't matter, or anything of the sort. But that's me. Other people might be like, oh no, now I'm curious about this character, I wanna see why he thinks like this and whatnot, so that depends on the kind of story you're writing and whom you are writing for. Hello, are you a twin brother to the guy from the other store? Those guys look so much alike, dog them. They sell lemons, citrus medica, common lemon, they're shipped to the region via the south, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, provides a rich supply of vitamins and reduces fatigue, but increases hunger. Increase immunity by a negligible amount. Lemons are considered a rarity in the region. A piece of stale bread, hard as a rock, but with no signs of mold. Unlikely to be dangerous, but rumor has it it can be. Crackers. I mean, sure, why not? Let's get another cracker and some lemon. What about milk? Milk is very good for one's health, but its origins means there is always a big risk. Women say that recently cows have been producing a clear ichor, and dark clots have been found in steamed milk. Farm animals cannot be trusted these days. Nothing can be trusted. Dog damn the city. Ah, 10 in the morning. But anyway, how are you doing today, Oni? Welcome to the stream, by the way. Yeah. How are you doing? By the way, we are playing Pathologic HD. Why do you always stop? We all know about you. Shall we barter, perhaps? What do you have to give me? Shell, you give me ammunition for guns, but you won't be taking anything I have. Why is that? What's up? The Soul and a Haas got an opportunity to catch their breath. This is good, now everyone will have time to prepare. Otherwise we would have to mourn our boys and the halves would be orphaned. The Soul and a Half. It's just a catchy name, Notkin says it because each of them has a familiar. A cat, a dog, a crow, or a grass snake. Half a soul more than a normal person or a normal animal. I thought the locals believed that a normal person is supposed to have one soul. Isn't soul splitting only reserved to your steep abominations by the local folklore? But again, it's a lifestyle that's larger than life. If you join the Soul and the Halves, you have to adopt a pet. As you raise it, you change. Then when it's grown, it gets all the other way around. Your half begins to take care of you. And so you're always together, bound forever. Now what if the animal dies? I don't know. No half has ever died before. What kind of a soul and a half are you if your familiar can die? They wouldn't take you in the first place. Naturally. Sure. I'm not 100% sure. The way this whole thing is written, it's not like written in riddles and completely incomprehensible things. It's like, okay, it's written in a very... Oh, can I enter this place? Can't buy me foods. See, every single little girl that sees me, she stops, crosses her arms, and waits for me. What are you so happy about, little girl? We all know about you. No, I don't think so. They just wait for me to go and talk to them, is that so? Because no one else stops for me other than the little girls. And on you say, touch me, daddy dog, you feel like a young pupper today because you shaved. Oh boy. I went past the place I meant to go. So, despite everything, the scale is not that huge in this world, so that's good. Doesn't take me forever to get to the places I mean to go. Alright, so where the fuck is it? Is it that house over there? It has to be. The fences all over the place, so I have to go around. Clearly. Wait, what the fuck? Oh my dog, why don't you have a normal fence for dog, for crying out loud? Have to go round and round and round until I reach the entrance to your flipping house. Oh boy, look at this. Hello. A foul murder occurred here this night. No unauthorized access allowed. Inspecting the crime scene is strictly forbidden until further notice. Who was killed? Well, you're not a local, sir, so you're unlikely to understand the loss we've suffered. Isidore Barak, a great surgeon, a benefactor to us all, an all-around skilled doc, an outstanding man, beloved and well respected by us local. Does it really always have to take the very best? What a foul time to live in. I knew him. I'm a doctor too. Whoever killed our only doc must surely be looking to get us all killed. Isidore could cure anything. He also knew how to make cuts or incisions, because he was a warden. He knew his lines alright. Like I said, it all makes sense.
Burk, Bork Bork, Roo Tilda.
Oni, thanks for those bits. And what is up? What is up? Why do you deny Rain Shepso? Like I said, it all makes sense. Whoever killed Simon took Isidore's life too. And this is merely the beginning. Only the beginning. What makes you so sure? What makes you think the two cases are connected? Well, who would have the heart to attack such men? If you asked me yesterday, I would have told you no one would dare inflict such an ugly wound to this town. But if there is someone, it has to be just that. Someone. Although it looks fishy if you ask me, that thing was no man. That's what I think. Explain yourself. What thing? See, this murderous duel is all mysterious. There was a talon stuck in the victim's chest. Go ahead, bend your arm at the elbow, good sir. Yeah, like that. There you go. That's how long it was. It broke off. There was dust on the floor, for the deceased had been renowned Steepy Walker. What? And the dust was all covered in hoof steps and like traces of a sharp bone, I guess? As if someone was using a walking stick around here. I'm telling you, it's her. The Shabnak Dyer, the clay man-eater. I want you to inspect the building, can I? We have been assigned to this post by Alexander, the head of the Saburov family. His house is in decline right now, but it's still powerful and very much respected, for it is they that's been responsible for maintaining worldly order and public safety in the town since olden days. Please kindly address your concerns to him. There's the rod. You just take the road up there and go to the cape. As for me, I'm not authorized to let you in. You should have said so from the start. Ah, it's not that far away. Look, this is no place for you to be, sir. Could you kindly leave? Eh? The place is villainous and times are rough. What if some thug or cutthroat comes after you? I can't protect everyone. I'm doing my job, you do yours. What is that sign? Is that the journal? In pursuit of a killer, to find out who killed the immortal Simon Can. The dead man who owns family may not want him more than I do. I have an abiding desire to punish the murderer, to eradicate it, no matter if they were acting on their own account or at the behest of powers that be. Whoever they were, they picked the moment far too well. Isidore Barak was murdered. The local authorities have sealed off his house. Alexander Saburov, the head of the Saburov family, has taken control of all proceedings regarding law and order in the town. The Saburovs are one of the 3 families that govern the town, and Alexander was the person to take immediate measures of the discovery of Isidore's body. And you happen to live more or less over there. Can I come through here? Oh no, what is going on here? Hello? What the fuck? Hello? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, what have you done? How is... It was no Shabnak, that was a girl, a living girl. Hope you find yourself in her place as soon as today. Get lost and never set foot here again. What? But in the fire she is not to burn, for she is made of clay. Wrong, all wrong. Hardened she must fall. Hardened she must and fall apart. What have you done, you dimwits? Smells like burning flesh. Huh, a mistake then. Gotta keep looking.
Doug, I don't think Oni likes me, Bork. He scared me yesterday, now he says no when I say hello in the stream. Bork, 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 bork. Sad doggo Bork.
Come on, fellas, let's find the bitch. Haven't come by backbone yet. Where's the patrol? Have you murdered them too? So is that so? There are people killing off random people. What is this that you have? Revolver ammo. Might as well take it. Not gonna be using it anymore. And the revolver. So is this it? The has words of the murder of Isidore, whatever, been spread out, and people are murdering people randomly, trying to find the person who killed him. Because that's weird. Anyway, only you said what's up is your husband's mood because it's cold. So is mine. It's -1 degree. Oh no, snow time for you, Oni. Congrats. And Ray, I do think that Oni likes you. I just think that Oni is going through some tough times, I think. What is going on with you, Oni? Let me know. Oh, what is this? Oh, a Hippocratic clinic. You sell medicine. I need them. Hello. Serious, do you man every single store in the city? What the fuck? Alpha tablets, tourniquet, and Merodorm, a painkiller. Rather than a sleeping draught, restores a small amount of health. Good for restoring strength during sleep. Merodorm has a strong sedative effect and induces sleep even during excruciating pain. The effect lasts for 5 hours. I kinda want a couple of those. Maybe a couple alpha tablets too, and maybe 1 tourniquet, please. There goes all my money. I accidentally used one of these health things when I started playing this game because I did not know the controllers. So yeah, let's replace it. And on you say that it's hella cold, you love winter but you hate the hella cold, you're a warm-blooded boy. Well, little do you know, Oni, it's extremely cold over here too, and I hate it. I mean, it is extremely hot over here too, and I hate it. What is this? A broken heart. What do you guys offer? Please don't be some weird sort of place. Oh, it's a restaurant. Nice. Oh, hello. What do you have? Coffee has a strong effect on the heart and blood vessels, which this environment makes even more harmful. On the other hand, coffee decreases fatigue, making it essential during emergencies. Maybe I'll get a couple. Trurine, a strong infusion of the oxytocin Tivirinium herb, boosts immunity, acts as an analgesic, restores strength during sleep. According to elder locals, critical doses of trurine can alter the effects of infection. Some of the effects of trurine are still unknown. Watch, there is nothing special about it, although the case on lid seems to be made of low-grade silver. Gold ring? A silver ring. Let's get one trurine. Twirine.
Oh, I would have let my fists loose if not for these pins. Yes?
Andres Temetin. I never see the dust of my beloved capital. On this man's feet, tada, I bet you must have met me. Never. Andres Temetin. Sentenced to death in 4 countries at your service. Rejoice and sing, those of you who are not looking for me to die. I'd sing, but a single voice, even if it is singing, doesn't change as much. What were you sentenced to death for? You're not going to believe it! For my creations, the Down Gate, the Alley of Heroes Ensemble, the other stairway round, the house was specifically renounced by the World Association of Architects. Even though it's always been my little brother and me, I'm usually the one to take the beating. Really, I didn't even know all those things were your works. It's an honor to meet you.
All which is counterfeit displeases us with the very things which charm us in the original. Yeah.
Now is not a good time to talk, however important the matter. Nothing important, I'm just doing the rounds. What? Who the fuck are you? Are these... No, there's just one letter. Alright, so if I open up my letters, I think it pauses the game. And Simon say you want to rug Ray, may you rug your Ray. And also Oni. You can always have some hot soup or drink some hot cocoa or coffee or something to warm up if you're feeling extremely cold. But other than that, I hope you are doing good, despite the extreme cold that is befalling you over there. What strategies do you have to fight the cold when it arrives in such strength such as now? My dear Bachelor Dunkovsky, it was most disconcerting to learn that the powers that be have the intention of shutting down the laboratory that owes its fame largely to your own research in the field of thanatology. It is true that your detractors have branded your studies as scientifically stillborn. Rejoice, Bachelor, for there is an observable case that would quell the occurrence I reject the research of death, aging, and necrosis as a subject that lacks academic viability. This case, were you to document it, would go a long way towards restoring your reputation as a scholar. The subject in question is Simon Kane, who has ruled the town where I live for as long as I can remember. This man's longevity transcends the boundaries of what is plausible. It is phenomenal, no less. And I struggle to give an explanation of it with what scientific means I have at my disposal. Make no delay, there is a sensational discovery to be made here. A breakthrough that will not only save your laboratory but also revivify your studies and greatly increase your scientific renown. Your humble service and faithful colleague Isidore Burka. P.S. I spoke to Simon on your behalf and he has kindly agreed to facilitate your effort. Daring ideas and far-fetched projects are traditionally very well respected in our necks of the woods. I don't very much care for that. Also, I wonder why the hell do I keep getting money out of nowhere? There's no way this world is as generous to give me money simply for existing. It might be though that it is a thing, but I'm curious nonetheless. Anyway, this is Subaravukas or something houses with a gigantic door. Let's see where they are. Hello? Hello? Oh, hello. You're not the person I'm looking for, but sure. Hello.
My stomach hurts as if I was filled with straw.
The only proper way for a duel to end is with the death of one of the fighters. That's what battles are supposed to be. Any conflict that has two sides inevitably turns into a battle of good and evil. I never liked the black and white mentality. I'm not speaking metaphorically or metaphysically. I'm talking about a very particular battle. You are one of the combatants, Bachelor Dankovsky. You favor good or evil? That's too vague a question. I cannot be more coherent. The tales distort the core essence. They devalue the words. What you're saying is it will be I who is to adjust the details along the way, right?
Only in things of small value, they usually are bold enough not to trust to appearances.
You are a brave man, Bachelor Dunkowski. Why? This fight, it is very unlikely to end in your favor, but goddamn, no one believes me. Does a clay and bone man-eater leave traces of the kind of witnesses? It is only a spell, an illusion. They just prefer to see it this way. It makes it easier for them. Fight is too big a word. I'm merely assisting Georgi in his efforts to find the murderer. What man-eater? I'm sorry to break it to you, but you have to fight to the death. Even if it were a metaphor, the ending is still unambiguous. If you don't find out what happened before nightfall, you will die. How do you know all this? I'm clairvoyant. Oh yeah, I forgot. What is the nature of your visions? It should not be your primary concern at the moment. You should concern yourself with the number of minutes you have left. That number is dwindling. I don't throw predictions around. Others will tell you how often they have come true. Do heed my words. Fine. Tell me more then.
It's true. The girl has proven that she's a saint, not a killer.
All determined, I can't bear it. Do you also think Simon Keynes' death was unnatural? No, not at all. How could someone who had absorbed all her blood not die? What? A single man cannot handle that. There are limits to a living being's vitality, and there are limits to the world's patience. So his death was inevitable, is that what you're saying? Wait, what do you mean by the limits of living and being a fatality? I think I've heard that somewhere before. Absorbed semen used to drink human blood. I'm curious about this third option here. Absorbed. Simon used to drink human blood? Question mark. Simon transformed our town into a single whole living being. He was the heart, and we were the blood running through the town's vein. We radiated his light, and that's why we used to shine so brightly. The bound are actually bound to Simon. What about the limits to the word's patience? What do you mean by that? I cannot elaborate upon this. I can only feel it as if this was a heavenly wrath. The payback for all that he has done. The world couldn't stand it anymore. But the world must have made someone its weapon, right? Who is to blame for his death? Even if someone did have something to do with it, is that person worth blaming? Most likely they didn't even realize they were killing someone. Yes, that is how it was. Now I see very clearly. Oh yeah, you're clairvoyant.
I'm afraid I'm of little use now.
All determined, I can't bear it. Why don't you take some painkillers then?
Simon.
That's my end line. Like, okay, bye. Alright. This was fruitless. The Subarovs live in this house, which apparently might have more entrances. Ah, there he is. Alexander.
What has this town turned into? Truly a country of contradictions.
So, I finally get to see you. Yes, you really do look like a messenger of sorrowful times. In any case, welcome to the Rod. Our meeting is quite significant in a way. Facing the changes with open eyes and taking their first blow is my duty. Do you think we are on the verge of an especially unhappy era? No grim events have clouded our existence since last summer. The country has cured its war wounds. Commercial communications have been repaired. Astrologists expecting nothing ill. We hold astrologists' opinions in high regard. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to, sir? Sometimes I have to. Are you an astrologist? The movement of the planets has an obvious effect on our lives. However, I do not think it's humanly possible to gain any profit from that.
They say hitting hard is a good enough start.
And one of us says Durod in all caps. That seems to be the name they have given their mansion place thing. So you've come to meet with Simon, haven't you? What can I do for you now? I was actually invited by Isidore, so I came to meet with him first and foremost, but now it turns out that he's been murdered. Yes. Looks like the murderer is always one step ahead of you, doesn't it? The same one that looked Simon's life through, at least. That's the conclusion suggested by the information at my disposal. Same pattern, same signature. So who did it? You wouldn't believe it. His own son. The fellow came back after being away for quite a while. His father had sent him to study surgery when he was but a greenhorn. Quite a lot he has learned, huh? A wandering scholar turned evil to the bone, all that just to grab the inheritance. Wait, how did you figure that out? And honestly, it's hard to explain to an outsider like you. Do you believe in such a thing as clairvoyance, bachelor? Of course I do, why not? Well, you should get to know my wife then, or better yet, those who have already had the opportunity to witness the power of her prophecies. Former doubters first and foremost, rationalists. She's got something to say to you too, by the way. So your wife called out Isidore's sons specifically, so do you have the rationalists in town, except for me that is? Your wife called out him. Not specifically, no, but it all adds up. And the circumstances of Simon's death makes you wonder too. Isidore's son arrived here last night. The timing speaks against him. It even matches the time it takes to get from the crucible to Isidore's house. That's not enough. I'll have to take the investigation into my own hands. Is there anyone who can help me? Can be of help to me apart from your wife? There are very few good analysts in our town. Everyone is more or less superstitious here, except for one Yulia Yuricheva, perhaps, a most level-headed and reasonable person. The only person to remain skeptical about Katerina's talents too. Without a shadow of a doubt, she has her own picture of events. So is this. What is this Yulia? She came here with an engineering team when the town was being rebuilt. Did logistics or maybe communications, not sure. They said she's a true expert in her field. Smart, yes, a polymath. Then the team left, but she stayed. She has my respect, but not my fondness. Very well, I'll speak to this Yulia. She is across the river.
This Haruspex is trying to prove his innocence. It's a no-go.
Who are the people guarding Isidore's house? Those are volunteer patrolmen. We usually keep around 20 of them, but I've increased the number recently to 150 or so. Wow. You really need so many. There's unrest in the termitary. If I weren't certain that Isidore has been murdered by his son, I wouldn't even have considered the crime to be politically motivated. Isidore was preparing to take over the kin and to become its leader. At least according to the information I have. What is the kin? The steep people who work in the abattoir, many of the factory workmen. An ignorant patriarchal pile that hasn't changed much since the Stone Age. They look human enough, but if you look closer, they're just beasts. Believe me when I'm telling you that I am not snobbish in the slightest, but there's good reason to call them that. Yes, Isidore has always had the air of a person untouched by civilization. Goodness! Isidore was an educated modern man compared to them. They revered him too. He got to know modern knowledge but never left his people. A complicated man. May he rest in peace. Yes, I'm sorry about Isidore. I don't think you're aware of the fact that Isidore came to me last night, just after he had returned, and warned me that there was some ominous events ahead of us. I took that as an unofficial warning about his upcoming takeover. So you took measures. Evidently, I've mobilized the patrols. I see what you're implying, Bachelor, but I'm not insane. Engineering Isidore's murder. As a matter of fact, a strong independent kin under Isidore's rule would have been way more useful to me. Really? Why? Because that would weaken the power of the venerable Vladislav Omgimsky, who's pocketed the economy of the whole town. He'd rather see the kin as a dumb and speechless herd, and come to think of it, I'm sure you understand where I'm going with this. I do. Not. What?
My chest hurts. Can it be conscience?
So you've come to meet with Simon, haven't you? What can I do for you for now? Nothing, not anymore.
Neither
Actually,
the sun nor death can be looked at without winking.
Alright, well, who do I speak to now? To speak with this man's wife again. What is that stairway going to? It's going nowhere, but everywhere, the same place, dog damn. And also, by the way, how are you guys holding up? I imagine that this game is being slightly boring to some of you. If not,
my stomach hurts.
Wholeheartedly boring.
Filled with straw.
Isn't it?
Simon.
Oh no, there's nothing else I can talk to you about. Because this game is incredibly slow paced. Like, dog damn. But I find it very intriguing because according to the game there's this prospect that I might be able to... Oh, I'm somewhat exhausted and hungry. What is adherence? Whatever happened, these people must live. Their fates are bound to mine. They may as well hold the keys to my victory in their hands. Georgia I. Kane, Victor Kane, Android Stamatin. I have met you. Peter Stamatin, I have not met you. Marina Kana, Eva Yan, and Mark Immortal, I have not met you. And Oni says, when you grow up, you want to be just like Mr. Pickles. Why is that, Oni? And Rain Shep says, here's a baking tip for everyone. If you want something to taste more chocolatey, add half of 1 teaspoon of instant coffee. Really? That is actually not a bad idea. Too bad I don't bake things often. And also, welcome back, Neku. 1 hour to dock attend you, but you're back. Welcome back. And also, hello there, Chaz Lupine. Welcome to the stream. We're playing Pathologic HD, a horror game which so far has yet to do anything. It's incredibly slow. But dog damn if I don't love it already. I mean, it's so ominously weird, but at the same time, it's so intriguing. What are you guys thinking of this game so far? Have any of you seen this one before, by the way? Oh, is that the gist? If I climb up here, I hear baby crying. I must say, too, the soundtrack is all over the place. It's kinda what? Even. Also, I wish I had a compass. But anyway. And also, how are you guys doing so far? Aside from everything else. And Chaz Lapine said it's not one you've seen before so far. What little you've seen is interesting. Oh, that's great to hear. Apparently I have only so much time to solve a mystery in this town. I don't know what the mystery is, but so far I'm finding out that a lot of people have died and I don't know why. Nor when, nor where. Hello.
My chest seems to be filled with cotton wool.
And Rainshop says cake is in the oven. Oh, nice. You're baking then. Already. And Neko says, did you stop being a scary boy, Kim? Yes, a little bit. I wonder when nighttime comes by how much scared I am gonna be. I seem to have lost any capacity for observation. My mind is out of tune. Things no longer add up. Before, I had no trouble forming a trustworthy tessellation out of the most imperceptible contingencies. Now I simply cannot get my head around it. Could it be that I am dying? The steepy air is too thick. I think that's what causes it. It happens when people are tired. You probably haven't slept for a while, have you? Yes, it definitely means you're about to die. When people are tired, you probably haven't slept, have you? Oh no, Herbativinae is in blossom, I grant you. When it blooms every year the steepy is filled with its stupefying vapors. The issue I am having, however, has nothing to do with fatigue or perplexity. It is just that I have lost my ability to make distinctive events coincide. Everyone has that ability. What is that? Distinctive events coincide. What does that even mean? Everyone has that ability. What a herb is that? No matter what a preternatural traits the DD locals ascribe to it, Triwire is all heady aroma, a bunch of superstitious and remarkably little else. It has psychoactive properties after a fashion, but then so does simple wormwood. Visions caused by ingestion of belladonna or jimson weed are much more fascinating than what Triwire has to offer. It's a pity I'm not a botanist.
I'm afraid it's natural. Simon was doomed.
So you have traveled all the way here only to find that both people you wanted to see were brutally murdered. Is this how the story goes? I do hope that your visit is not in any way related to those most unfortunate circumstances. I have to find whoever it is that killed them, and I want to ask for your help. Saburov told me you have a gift for all manner of investigative inquiry. Yes, let's go with that. I'm certainly no better investigator than you. I never had a chance to search for a murderer before. The best I can offer is to fill in the blanks with whatever mysterious supernatural entities seem most fitting. Shabnak Adir is the simple man's scarecrow. I would have followed a different narrative. What kind of narrative? Consider the circumstances of his death. They said Simon had locked himself up in the evening and consequently died in the morning inside of the mansion in a chamber with some peculiar name. What's that word, the one you just said? The Shabnak Adir. What kind of narrative? In this case, I would suggest that Simon was poisoned by the Canes. I would have thought. But I know their family all too well. Their mutual loyalty is only rivaled by their arrogance towards anyone who is not one of them. They hold the princely sage who stands at the end of their family in high esteem. They believe that a single dishonorable act will tarnish their name for generations to come. I doubt any of them would have stooped to this, no matter whether they wanted to or not. Poison, how did you arrive at that conclusion? I don't believe you understand what he died in focus really implies. Do you know what the Canes refer to as focus? I don't seem to grasp the semantics of the term. These are the Canes for you. These kinds of innuendos are their forte. No, I have not yet been explained what the fuck the focus is, so could you please? So Rain, Shep, what do you do normally when you're waiting for a cake to be baking and whatnot? Because in a way you have to wait for it to bake, which may take a while. But you also can't go and do anything else. You have to keep attention to it. So what do you do in that while? And also, Oni, why do you always say no to Rain whenever he shows up? What do you have against him? And Yulia, what is this focus then? The focus is anything but an abstraction. Quite the opposite, in fact. It is governed by mathematically rigid regularities, you see. No one but the owner of a focus may get inside. This can only mean that Simon had brought the killer with him, or rather within him, since no physical object might be brought into the focus either. What the fuck are you talking about, woman? How do you know that? Who doesn't? I don't. The Kings are notoriously passionate about all manners of synthetic anomalies. They will never pass up the opportunity to devise a construct that would allow them to warp space, challenge physics or manipulate optics. Metaphysically, a focus can be compared to a camera obscura. To know that the name is not unfitting, no. It is entirely impossible for someone to get inside. A curious conclusion, but an incorrect one. Simon was disfigured and bleeding, his bones were broken, and you are also not allowed to eat or drink, but that makes you one suspect foul play in regard to Isidore's death. He had been stabbed after all. Stabbed does not even begin to describe it. Stack Rubin told Laura that whoa, back up a little bit. Stack Rubin, the other coroner, told Laura, someone randomly, that Isidore, the person that invited me here, was slaughtered by some object resembling a humongous razor-sharp talon. What a riveting case! No wonder some people will start talking of steep monsters made of assorted bones. What? A claw-like object? What the fuck? Such was the topography of the wound, according to Rubin. Neither Lara nor me are quite able to colloquialize a term like this. You should speak with him directly if you wish to know the details. Make haste if you want to get a hold of him. Rubin is eager to join Simon as soon as possible. No pun intended. Yes, let's get back to the... No, where is Rubin at the moment? Mourning his master, I think. They were very close. Did you investigate Isidore's house yet? Yes, but they won't let anyone in there. Is that so? Yes, it is. One of you said that she looks so sad in 3D but so happy in the photo. She does indeed, weirdly enough. And also, hello there, Tiger. Welcome to the stream. We're playing Pathologic Classic HD and have been reading text non-stop for the last 3 hours. How are you doing today? That is why I'm trying to trace Isidore's step. I mean, is that so? Oh, this does introduce us a different perspective. Did you say Isidore was the last person to see Simon? The question is, who did he see before? The sun had not yet set when Isidore returned from the steep. However, he came to Simon well after midnight. The question naturally arises, where did he spend the missing few hours? That is why I'm trying to trace his steps. I want to walk the same route. Don't get me wrong, though. Yeah, sure. True death puns in a row. Anyway, was Isidore seen with Saburov by any chance? He was. He warned Saburov of an upcoming storm. Alright, let me suggest then that while he was in the steep, step A, he saw or learned something that he wanted to report to all 3 ruling families. In this case, either of the Olgimsky family should have been on his itinerary, especially since Burak was one of their own men. Really? Definitely, the Bull Project from the abattoir to the railroad, oh boy, is controlled by the Olmgisky family. If Isidore discovery had anything at all to do with the kin, Isidore would have certainly relayed it all to Vlad. So do make sure to pay a visit to the Lump. That's the name of the Olmgisky mansion. Another fitting name, wouldn't you agree? Yes, I would. Damn agree with those freaking confusing names you guys have. That is why people in the future started color coding things. It's much easier to identify people as green, red, and blue than the lump, the rod, and the choir or whatever. Anyway. Thank you, Yulia. What would I do without you? This is the Lump. The mansion belonged to the Olmgiskys, a family of factory owners. The 50-year-old Vladislav, its house father, is called Vlad the Heavy by the locals for his bad temper. So I go from people to people, and people keep directing me to other people. So this is a non-stop roundabout I'm doing so far. Dog damn. I wonder what those circles are. Because I keep having this bloody handprint and the circles. I don't know what they mean. This game clearly gave me no legend of what
It's
those
so
map
lonely
icons mean.
here.
And Tiger, you're fine, a bit tired, but alright. Oh, that's great to hear that you're doing alright. What are you tired for? Did you sleep well, or have the cold got to you? It is a cold day here, so I have heard. So I hope you guys are doing alright. One of us says also you haven't really been paying attention, but the game seems interesting. Ah, thank you for, you know, sticking around. Even though something else is probably definitely catching your attention. And Oni, you said that nobody loves you. Why do you say so, Oni? I don't know if you say you made a sing dungeon for Oni in MC, but he still hates you apparently. What are you guys talking about? So you have traveled all the way here to only to find that both people you wanted to see were brutally murdered. I do hope that your visit is not in any way related to those most unfortunate circumstances. I have yet to meet anyone who can help me in the slightest way to find the killer. Do you have any relevant experience? Do you know how a murderer may be found? Not really, but I hunt the killer of all killers in my laboratory. Incidentally, it is more than possible that the killer is hiding in the house of Anna Angel, a thespian of sorts. Now, here is another woman worthy of attention. In fact, I heard some ghastly man covered in blood was seen entering her house today. How do you know of this? The town is a small place, bachelor. The wind carries rumors with falling leaves, mixing birds' feathers with emotions. We all know one another so well here that we are sometimes able to hear each other's thoughts. A family trait, if you will. But that being said, I doubt the man in Anna's house is the real killer. So why did you suggest he might be? Where does this Anna live? She lives in a mansion that once belonged to a family of exiles whose political views led them to a far-out town like ours. Because of some ill-conceived sense of camaraderie, they were happy to give shelter to a runaway actress. As soon as she told them she was prosecuted by the powers that be, a few years later they died. Suspiciously, if you ask me, leaving Willow Mallow, their daughter, in the care of their companion. Willow died soon thereafter. Mysteriously? They all died of natural causes, allegedly. Even though Willow was buried in a tightly closed coffin, the body was examined by Isidore Burak. However, he is not a man who would cover up a crime. Anyway, it would do good to take a look at the house yourself. The mansion is known as the Willows. It stands by the gullet in earth. Anna, huh? Well, I get to know her. No, I won't go in there. I'm inclined to think that her visitor is another victim rather than the killer, and even that is unlikely. Well, I got to know her. The Willow serves as the residence for a singer called Anna. Her last name, Angel, has a curious ring to it. Yulia believes that the suspected murderer may be hiding there, and this has a yellow handprint instead of a red handprint. I wonder why. What the fuck does these icons mean, game? This icon here in the corner shows me this vial of whatever, stone kind of thing, and a key. But that is useless. I ponder what those icons here at the very corner of the map might mean. If I'll get to go there someday, if I'll be forced to go over there someday, or if there's something going on.
My chest
Do you like
seems to be filled
Eva
with
Young?
cotton.
Very much. it wouldn't be much of a stretch to say I absolutely admire her. Oh boy. And then he says, but I do love it. But I don't feel the love from Doug. Why not? Wait, what? Oni, you said that you love it. Samuel said I love you like the good boy you are. One of us says, but you said nobody loves you. Oni, you said he made a doggo house in Minecraft, and that doggo house, it leads through a sin dungeon. Oh. But I do love it. But I don't feel the love from Doug. Why not? Oni, what have I not done to make you feel loved? One of us says, wait, what? Did Sam turn into a dirty boy with punishy items? Sam says, one, you didn't see what you got it, right? Wait. Tiger says, oh, you just didn't sleep as well as you could have. Probably stayed up too late. Yeah, that normally leads up to people being tired afterwards. Normally. Don't worry. And Samuel said the chain sacred... Whoa, what? The chain sacred artifact has the power to capture sinners and burn away their sins. It isn't the chain itself doing so, but it restricts things through the consciousness of sin. Because of that, even if the chains are cut, it won't necessarily free someone. If used in the reverse, it is possible to use a chain to restrain someone. I found a game with this weapon. And Oni says, cause everything you do and say I rebuttal with no Oni, or no Oni, you're not gonna do that. Because you're asking me to do lewd things on you, like spank you or do lewd things to you. And as you know, I am a compromised doggo. I already have a husband of sorts. And I don't know how well he takes these jokes of ours. Because every now and then when I'm streaming, he's right here beside me. Today he is not, but some days he is here. Right beside me, and he hears everything I say to every single one of you. So only whenever you say, Daddy Doug, spank me bloody and whatever, I worry that if I say yes, only I will spank the shit out of you, he might feel sad or whatever. So I chose not to indulge you because I'm worried for him. I don't want to hurt him, his feelings, but I would much rather hurt yours. Unfortunately, that is the truth of the things, Oni. But that's my reason. One of us says, oh, almost like when you was chatting with Oni and he was just, no one, stop it. Very much. It wouldn't be much of a stretch to say I absolutely admire her. Weird, I expected you to have a different opinion of her. She dons the mask of absent-minded promiscuity, but this pose has nothing to do with what she really is. I'd be happy to be friends with her. But she does not understand me, and rightfully so, considering her eminence. I can't believe my ears. Sooner or later, a fervent believer may emerge from within her, dissolving her completely in the object of her adoration. After which she will probably kill herself, but I'd rather talk no more of that. Alright.
This girl is a changeling. She's not the murderer.
I doubt I can do it on my own. Tell me plain and simple, what do you make of all this? So I have heard. A wisecrack I know says that while you were trying to complete the portrait of the killer is busy painting yours. Hilarious, is it not? The hunter becomes the hunted. However, to put it bluntly, you have become the keynote to this particular plot. The intrigue is so rich, it will keep you busy for a week, if not longer than that. What would you do if it were me? If you want my advice, I wouldn't trust what our feudals tell you. The perpetual triangle of influence means that every party concerned will do their best to use your authority to their own benefit. Not that conceited, perhaps people of lower standing will not try to use me. It is more likely that people of such standing will be much too scared to cooperate. Given your position, you may want to try your luck with the shadow cabinet of the local nobility, the women of influence. They know much more than the simple townsfolk, yet they care much less than the families in power. Who are these lady aristocrats? Lady aristocrats, such a way of saying it will be of relevance strictly within the specific context of values and perceptions characteristics of a backwood hole like ours. Damn, woman, please use simpler words. I have already drunk all of my water. And I'm still parched with how much text I'm reading. The catch is that the aristocracy is not defined by birthright here. Rather, the status is granted by degree of enigmatic fascination that a woman is possessed of. Questionable background, audacity of demeanor, you know, this whole assortment. Do tell me who these affluent ladies are. Lara, Eva, yours truly. Oh, nice. And last but not least, Maria. I wouldn't listen to Katerina if I were you. Her morphine habits has turned her into a walking corpse. The others, however, are liable to deceive. You don't like being lied to, do you? I can't stand it. It's better to die than to lie. I can't say I care all that much. I can live with it. Which is not a good answer to give, but sure. Man, have I seriously spent the last 20 minutes inside her house talking to her? Oh, it's noon. Lovely. Duh. Me cocking the gun suspiciously like, okay, I might enter battle at any moment. Might as well be ready. So where am I going to? This is the lump. Lara Ravel lives here, according to Yulia Lyuicheva. A decent amount of social events revolve around the girl. Her connections may prove to be invaluable. This is the lump, the mansion belonging to the Olmgiskis, a family of factory owners. The 50-year-old Vladislav, its house father, is called Vlad, the heavy by the locals of its bad temper. The willow, and lastly, my new friend turned out to be both well known and well informed. Yulia insists I consult her when I meet at that end. Oh, that's nice. There's so much going on. I have no idea what's going on, but anyway. One of us says, oh, Douglas is a kind of boyfriend. Anoni says you're gonna go ask Snapple for hugs. One of us says, also, I can't stop doing the little chat against you, Douglas. No problem. You really wouldn't want your BF to feel bad, no matter how cute you are. First of all, thank you, 104, for the compliments. And for the respect. Yeah, I do worry that I mean, I don't know what kind of online friendship he nourishes on his waking life. But one thing is to keep those things private to yourself and be like, okay, these many persons have called me cute or whatever. But another thing is to flaunt and flourish it in front of someone and be like, ah, all of you are calling me beautiful or whatever. Also, this is a big mound that simply goes up and up. Okay. And I don't know, it may be not necessarily offensive, but it might hurt his feelings, and I don't want that. I love him very much. An empty bottle is required to fill it with water. Shit. Nice to know though, there is a water thing here, and I can't add my own waypoint. If I could, I would litter this map with things all over. Who are you? My heart is crying for my poor children. How are my dearest doing? Is everything alright? Oh, woman shares his heart. Would you kindly mend my clothes, my dear? I've got a curious town here. I never expected to see something like this in such a remote place. Why are women being attacked? I seem to remember that when Victoria died, everybody rushed to look for undead Kohler. Why would they immediately rush looking for undead something? Victoria was a mistress. Somehow it seemed that an ordinary creature couldn't hurt her. Her death was unexpected. She was very young and so well loved by the people, so the rumors started immediately that a biome man-eater has taken her soul. So what? Did they try to seize every fifth man too? What the hell? This is so crazy. Hello, do you sell medicine? More Metadorm and other things I don't very much care for. Bye. And Sam says, wait a second, why aren't we playing the minigames? Are they all over? What minigames? The heist and the boss fight? I have upped the cooldown on them, so now you can only play them once every 3 hours. Hello, who are you? Why can't I talk to you?
It is not so dangerous to do wrong to most men as to do them too much good.
You are the person that came to Maria Kaina in a dream. I recognize you straight away. My name is Lara Ravel, and this is the shelter. You are always welcome here. My name is Daniel Dankovsky. Let's be friends now. I prefer being friends with everyone. You always have guests, but your face looks sad. Well, yes, I am the mistress of this house after all. That doesn't mean I'm a mistress, mind you, not with a capital M. I won't ever become one. But I can also serve people to the best of my ability. Who are you talking about? Who are the capital M mistresses then? The mistresses of the town, we call them the dream mistresses. Kainam Olgimskaya and Saburova. Now, after Victoria's and Nina's departure, it's their daughters who are trying to see the future. They're far less impressive than their mothers for now, of course. Maria is probably the best. It's good to see children continue the life work of their parents. Why are you frowning? I'm just in a melancholic mood. We are way too used to playing the game of tragic predictions. I'm trying to arrange everything back to order. We're quite successful. I'd be happy to help you if I can.
They say Ripper was caught. Does he really cut people?
Sam asked, and you guys already played it. I think we did. I don't know when. Many hours ago, yes, but I don't know exactly when, so who knows. I know you're a good doctor, a wonderful one at that, a celebrity medic. Everyone in our small town knew that a famous doctor was coming here. I'm very glad you really have, because I want you to do a certain good thing. Can I ask a favor of you? Please do. A few years ago, the child death rate went through the roof here. 6 people died in a week. 10 or so came down with serious illnesses. It made us worried, but unfortunately we couldn't find a cause straight away back then. In the end, it turned out that children were dying because of a game. What kind of game kills children? We were playing, what did they call it? Well, it was some kind of medical game. We were stealing medicine from the adults and making some diabolical mixture out of it. Then they healed each other with it. Back then the game just faded into obscurity. But now I've heard they are contemplating doing it again. Someone has already been poisoned. Oh no. I wonder for you, no boss was played, not sure if heist was, and apparently it wasn't, so make sure to join the heist, everyone. But also to make sure everyone gets a bigger chance to join it, the join timeout for joining the minigames has been upped from 2 minutes to 5 minutes. So now a lot of you now have the chance to join those minigames. What can I do? I'm no poisoning specialist. I can do an examination, of course, but... No, it's much simpler. There is a house somewhere in the town, either abandoned or just unoccupied. That's where they play hospital. That's where they store their horrible mixtures. Please use your standing and your celebrity name to put an end to this game. Capella, Oglimski's daughter, believes that the house will be unlocked today. I'll do my best, of course. How can I find the house? Capella mentioned it. It's next to one of the ruins. My friend couldn't hear them properly. Have you seen those stone stairways to heaven? I think you might even be able to see the house if you're looking for from Eva's yon window, but most importantly, it should be unlocked. Do people around here ever leave their doors unlocked? In exceptional cases of emergencies, yes we do, but generally houses are supposed to be locked up because they're occupied by several families. People aren't that scared of losing their own belongings, but they care for their neighbors. And now that everyone's so afraid of the man-eater, of course everything's locked. In that case, it won't be too hard to find. Of fucking course it will, though.
My lips are too dry.
I have a very bad feeling. The same feeling plagued me just before my father died. I have a very bad feeling too, although I'm generally not superstitious. And all of you, I can't talk to you, can't I? No, I cannot. Oh, it's raining. So this is a little thing that miffs me extremely so about these games. Oh, I'm very exhausted apparently. Hello. I've heard so much about you. Ooh. What's in your pockets, pumpkin? Presents, Uncle Bachelor. Do you want to trade presents? I'm not sure. Oh, she is running around with shenanigans. She's running around with poison medicine shenanigans. But she wants to trade it for something I don't have. What's up? Are you playing hide and seek with a man-eater? What man-eater? The one that ate Grandpa Salmon. Don't worry, Grandpa Salmon is fine. Hopefully I'll get a chance to confirm that firsthand. Don't be silly. Why else would everyone say that there's not a single piece left of him? No one says that to me. I heard a lot about you too. What is up? Yes, and when I catch him, I'll eat him. Be careful though, everyone is very frightened. He's a good runner, and he has strong teeth, and a good eater too, a gobbler even. Oh boy. Sure, I'll be careful, don't be frightened. Who in the world is filling your little head with all this? There goes my hope that at least the kids would be exempt from baloney sweeping. Pewing. Sure, I'll be careful. Young child. So, I'm very exhausted and I'm hungry. E. What is E? Exhaustion, I think. These are my drugs that I have. The Metadorm is a painkiller. It takes away some exhaustion, and it restores a small amount of health. Good for restoring strength during sleep. 5 exhaustion per hour and 8 strength per hour. Metadorm has a strong sedative effect and induces sleep even during excruciating pain. The effect lasts for 5 hours. Morphine is an universal opiate painkiller. Has a strong analgesic and sedative effect. Used for heavy injuries, acute pain, and preparation for surgery. Reduces fatigue and increases health. When sleeping, the effect lasts for 10 hours. So I am to be believed that around this place one of these abandoned houses is gonna be used by the kids to play hospital, apparently. Apparently I should be worried about it and try and pay attention to it, but also be mindful of it. And also, congratulations to you boys for winning the heist. And yeah, these kids are playing doctor, but not the I was gonna say innocent, but there's no innocent kind of. What the fuck? What do you sell now, mister? Fresh meat, suspicious milk, egg. Very nutritious, especially good for an organism weakened by serious illness. Vegetables. Preventing a mix-up, but this is a stolen goods. The jar could contain tomatoes, young onion bulbs, pepper, or beans. All are good for one's health in different measure. Yeah, if I am, as it happens, hungry, I can always have that. 1 in the afternoon, the first day. I'm not that hungry, so I can keep going for a little while longer. I am exhausted though. Hello. We all know about you. Aren't you a lively gal? Shall we barter perhaps? Yeah, she sells nothing. What are you so happy about, girl? You've almost caught the unseen cat. Wanna come see her? Definitely. You tell me nothing. Tell me about the tower. What do you wanna know? How does it not fall? What's inside of it? What's inside of it? Us, we play there. Khan won't let you in though, I take it. I don't know who Khan is. I haven't had the pleasure yet. Whatever the tower is, it's apparently where they play. Dog them. And one of us said those kids. And when you say cold, so cold. It's so cold, so very cold. What is this house? Oh, it is locked. And is this the lump? I think this is the lump. Yes, it is the lump. Let's go in. Into the lump we go. And Onion said that your poor doggo so can't take it. You can't take freezing point code. Oh no. What is that? Why can't you be normal? Hello.
No, I won't believe in some earthen killer.
Ah, Bachelor Dunkovsky, of course. Who else could be so dapper? I've heard quite a lot about you. Have you taken a look around? Be sure to check the state of the industry around here. We have our own ways. How curious! What is the current state of your industry? Come now, it's a complicated establishment with 1,000 years of history. A special approach is required to control such a colossus. See where I'm getting at, emissary? It would be pointless to object. I can see you're not really seeing eye to eye. We're not really seeing eye to eye. The project is special. Very special. That means common standards do not apply here. That would be very naive. You have probably mistaken me for someone else. I have nothing to do with your enterprise.
I can't breathe. Not enough air.
Yes, getting everything back on track won't be an easy task. I'd like to inquire about the fate of my colleague Isidore Burak, about the manner of his death, to be precise. What are you implying? What is this manners talking about? Be so kind as to mind your own manners. I had nothing to do with it. Don't they say Isidore was murdered by a steepy demon? A Shabnak Adair. There was a thingy, a talon they fished out of the wound. I can't take this from kids and weirdos, but you, as a respectable negotiant. It's hard for you to believe, isn't it? It used to be hard for many. Take my boy, for example. A scoffer if I ever seen one. And now even he believes it's real. He went off his head a bit. You're in the steepy now, esteemed sir. Eastern and backwards. The dead rise from their graves here. Clay dummies dance and bulls talk. Now how do we catch this creature? There must be a way, right? I have no idea. I am not a steepy man. These animals are only as interesting to me as they are productive. All is good as long as the plow is pulled. And for how they're quacking among themselves, who would seriously take interest in that? Why was I cursed with a son like this? All my sins, my grave sins. So your son bears little resemblance to you. He rubs elbows with the rabble. The butchers, the dongays, shepherds and gatherers. Learn their tongue, collect their legends. It doesn't keep them in check at all. They even dare to come visit him with the premise of the town. If you see a worm creeping through the streets, it is definitely looking for my son. What's wrong with them visiting him within the premises of the town? They're dangerous, they're aggressive, and they hate everyone who isn't a steepy person. They'll jump you and kill you on the spot. They'll tear you up with their teeth and devour your flesh while you are still throwing fists at them. So if they're spotted within the town, countermeasures are taken. What did you talk again about? The rabble, the butchers, odongi, shepherds and gatherers. So, what of your son? Perhaps you could tell me more about this creature. So your son knows of who the murderer is. Perhaps you've even given shelter to them. So, what of your son? Perhaps he could tell me more about this creature. Hold your horses. You want to talk to my blockhead? No, you have nothing to talk about. He's not here, thankfully. I don't want you two to meet. You heard me. These are tradesmen words, and I'll stick to them. Yes, undoubtedly.
I can't breathe. Not enough air.
How do you think Simon died? I don't think he was murdered. How could he, who craved monocracy, not perish? He couldn't, not in this place. Balance requires equilibrium. So Simon's course of action contradicted yours. Calm now. What I'm saying is, when someone takes too much upon themselves, they always end up ground out. That's how life works. Isn't it so? And also, Oni says I love all of you bozos, and Doug is just a friend. And also, hello there, Grey Blood Rio. Hello and welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Cause too much love hurts his hubby. Aw. Sam says, greetings, and well, it looks like it's time for you to say your lonely farewell. Have a nice stream, you all. Sure thing, Sam. I'm sure we will have a remainder half an hour of stream left. You enjoy yourself and stay awesome, Sam. Take care. And also, for those of you who have been following this game up until now, what are you thinking of the plot? Because so far, I'm completely lost on what's going on. Because it's a clear case of it is supernatural, but it isn't. A lot of people say that this is the work of the boogeyman and whatnot, whereas some people have a more grounded approach and feel like it's the work of this is the work of some of another person, whereas there's a lot of people who claim to be magical and carry on. There's a lot of people who claim they have supernatural abilities, and whereas other people just claim that they are, you know, they're important and whatnot. So I guess that what the game is trying to do, what the story is trying to do, is get us really divided about, do you believe that everything has an explanation and everything has a logical physical explanation and we can track it down to scientific methods and worldly clues, or there is really supernatural things afoot and there are things beyond our understanding going on, such as creatures and clairvoyant people and whatnot. When someone takes too much upon themselves, they always end up ground out. That's how life works. Yet they say Simon was the one to bend the circumstances. No, not the other way around. No one seems to doubt that. But there were signs of an otherworldly visitor that night, weren't there? Simon has lived a very long life. Very long. He was a worthy man. But long doesn't mean eternal, does it? No one is to blame for his death. Examine the body. You'll see for yourself. It just happened. Cain won't let me examine the body. Well, that is temporary, a family tradition. He's not lying to you. He truly believes Simon was murdered. Were he to admit that Simon simply died of death, he'd probably go to his last home himself. The shock would be too much for the man. That's strange. George I. Cain didn't seem sentimental to me.
No.
Isidore came by to see you last night. Don't try to deny it. So, what if he did? I'm also aware that of what you two have been talking about. All I want to know is why he left to see Simon afterwards. Oh my, pray forgive me. So he wanted to bring me to heel, that traitor, that bastard. Well, what he asked for was for me to stop the factory. How could I not kick him out? What were his reasons, or what did he tell you? Who else could he have spoken to? Perhaps someone who could take measures. Of what kind? Huh? That, my dear and respectable friend, is none of your business. My property, like I said, is in order. See the skin and meat delivery reports. Do you know how hard No way, it's my domain, whether anyone riots or not, and I'll have my way with them. I'll find everything out eventually. Or I see, you're the big guy here. I'll find it out eventually. Unless someone stabs me in the back. Then my... What the fuck is that? Oh no! Oh fuck no, what the fuck is... No! Little girl, do you see that? Fucking hell. What is that even? Only you're so lost and confused. You have the supernatural ability to steal people's heart because you're cute Bernese mountain pupper. A rain shaft has no freaking clue. Okay. Oh no, it went away. God damn it, I missed it. Shit. Oh no, there it is. Wait! Wait! God damn it, I can't run. There isn't a... Is there a run key that I'm not aware of? Plague Finder is V. I never used that before. Maybe I should. But it's also quick save because who knows? Oh come on, don't run away. Come here. Man, oh boy, I'm getting the chills. I'm really getting the chills. How is nobody seeing or bothered by this? What the actual fuck? Boogeyman, wait! I'm following you blindly. Could be taking me to awful, horrible places and I wouldn't know. Hello? Oh boy. Ah, fucking bullshit. God damn it, you mother of... Ah boy, oh boy. Fucking hell. I taken some damage to my health. What the fuck are you? Oh, you're nothing, but... You are definitely something that should not exist. And you ran all the way over here. What for? Where am I even? The window of these houses are bricked in. Yes, I had the feeling that this place was suspicious, but... What? Oh no, this place is open. I can't enter. Shit, fuck. Okay. Oh, okay, it's just a person. Very slow walking person. Please don't be evil.
There's this thing that needs to be done.
Oh, you're the guy's the son. Okay. Fuck this game. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. For whatever reason, while I was chasing the thing, I felt goosebumps up my legs. And then once the thing stopped and turned to me, the screen flashed and things went all sorts of colors. What happened? I felt the goosebumps, I felt the spook, the scare. Oh damn. You found me here! Oh well, I'm not surprised. I suppose you're not too surprised by the fact that everyone knows about you either. The rumor of your arrival spread like fire. Why have you come? I've come for some sightseeing, Vlad the Younger. There was a particular incident yesterday by the spring. The children were playing in the mud as usual, but then suddenly they ran away from the sandbox, and the parents noticed that their hands were smothered in blood. However, none of them were wounded. Neither were any of them surprised. What's the solution to the puzzle? When the worried adults came to the place where the children had been playing, they found nothing unusual there, only sticks and stones. What do you make of it? Your children play peculiar games. Nice to meet a person of a skeptical mind. Skeptical mind. I'm Vladislav Omgilsky, the younger one, of course. And you are, of course, Daniel Dankovsky. Yes, that is me.
Katerina thinks Claire is a messenger from heaven. Yeah, right.
And only, one of four, why do you love watching me play this? Yeah, sorry, Oni, I know I swear like a motherfucker when I get spooked. It's a natural response of the body. It feels a lot of things and it has to put it out somehow, and that is through the means of calling everything a mother flipper. Luckily, whatever that thing was, it died with only 2 shots, so at least I know they can be killed, so long as it doesn't come back to life. I have news for you that should prove to be of interest. You seem to be looking for the killer, right? I'm listening. I'll have to briefly explain a few things to you. Have you already been told what the termitary is? I have heard of it, but I have no idea what it is. I would like to hear you describe it. The termitary is a huge bunkhouse where the Bull Project workers live, although living is the wrong term for it. They nest. They're nesting as a commune with a rather simple way of life. It could be without reservation, be called savage. And what is the Bull Project? It is the whole industrial system of the town, from the abattoir to the goods station. Would you care to listen as to why I wanted to see you in the first place? Very much so, please go ahead, and please don't be murderous. Let's get to the point then. A case of pointless, aimless unrest has occurred in that hive mind's nest. The workers here are prone to lashing out from time to time like beasts frightened by a storm. They rage, they howl, they growl at one another, an unsightly image of a mass uprising. And that is exactly what's going on there right now, isn't it? Precisely. And why are you telling me this? Riots occurred in the termitary several times before. The mob goes crazy for a few days, then they calm down just as unexpectedly. All of them at once. The sudden calm is just as void of reason as the unrest that had set them agog previously. Having a certain experience with the kin, we simply block the entrance to the zoo off until the riot defeats itself. Is this one of them have I killed one of them? Is that what you're telling me? And one of us says, because it is amazing. I'm glad you think so. Anoni, I will not shoot you. I have only 3 bullets left and I would rather save it for them for a situation of life or death. We'll simply block the entrance to the zoo off until the riot defeats itself. What is this kin? The kin is, well, it doesn't matter. It's hard to explain. Their whole so-called society, the many-headed biology. Very well, let's get back to the subject. We usually lock them up beforehand. The evidence of an upcoming outbreak of mass lunacy becomes obvious in advance, and the termitarian's Father Superior informs us of it. But Father Tai Cheek has recently passed. A curious coincidence, don't you think? Everyone's dying. Mass anarchy. Anyway, a member of the kin managed to run off into the town while we were busy taking measures. You think he is a killer? I think you and I can help each other, Doctor. You are looking for the killer and I'm sure it is a runaway butcher. Oh boy. The title of a half-man suits him very nicely. The king claims that Simon had not been killed by a human hand, don't they? And our family doesn't need unnecessary unrest in the town. This butcher can babble devils knows what. His mind is most likely clouded with insane ideas. So you'd rather he kept mum about what is happening inside? Why is your family so concerned about public order? So you'd rather he kept mum about what is happening inside? You are correct. They barely know how to speak, but that only makes it worse. Half men, half beasts. If they start preaching, you feel as though you've encountered a doomsayer. I need this butcher to disappear. Hand him over to the Canes or simply kill him if the beasts attack you. The reward will be hefty. Very well, I'll look into this. Where can I find him? Possibly outside the door. Dead on the floor. He is mostly like being harbored in a suspicious house. That's in the crude sprawl. Yes, my father is a man of rather hard-handed disposition and quick-tempered to boot. If he finds out the crude sprawl is concealing a fugitive, he will make a mess. Pointless brutality serves no one. I'm looking for peace rather than blood, I'm telling you. I'll do my best to make sure you're right. Show me the house. It's this house. Aspid's Hospice. Vlad the Younger is more than eager to get rid of some beast-like troublemaker, one what the creature whose murder would not be considered a crime looks like. Whereas I'm here. So it's very far away. I don't even know where did that creature came from, but I could. What else can you tell me? So what do you think of Simon's death? It is known that Simon had limited his social activity just before his departure. He only received 2 visitors. I know nothing of the first, but the second one was none other than Isidore Burak. The fact that he was killed the same night makes you think, doesn't it? And on he says, but you only take 1 bullet. Rain Chef says it's a water gun filled with lewd. Oh, Rain, no. You jammed the mechanisms. The killer took out a witness. While the Omgiskis were exactly delighted with Isidore, were they? Or an accomplice. Isidore was a complicated man. Have I told you about his position in the kin? He used to be a very well respected person there, and I can't say everyone liked it. What do you mean? Why would a doctor kill someone? What do you mean? Isidore wasn't a doctor, he was more of a herbalist. He never studied medicine. All his recipes were about plants and roots, so to speak. He was knowledgeable, true, a sorcerer if you will, but a very different one from Simon, an earthern sorcerer. I've never heard that Simon used to be a sorcerer before. I did, but anyway. Simon was a theurgist. Isidore was a witch doctor. And you think Isidore the witch doctor has managed to achieve the unachievable, a possible theory but rather questionable. Can you stop messing with the well, that's so we can talk?
Interest speaks all sorts of tongues and plays all kinds of characters.
I used to keep this place secret, but all the secrets seem so childish now. Vlad, now tell me, did Isidore visit you last night? Tell me the truth, please. Yes, Isidore did pay me a visit, but don't ask what we talked about. I have no right to share that with you. That is because that would make you betray your father, isn't it? Yes, seems it better to put the card on the table with you. So far you're coming across as a very smart person. You've talked to my father already. What do you know? Everything, almost everything. All I want to know is where you come into play or nothing, but I am counting on your conscience. I'll find the whole truth out anyway, sooner rather than later. I truly know very little, so... Isidore said, no, that I'm merely retelling it secondhand. He said that there is an epidemic in the steepy camps, an outbreak of Tarbagan sickness perhaps, the plague that is. Father had issued an order to lock the termitary up to prevent the infection from getting in. What are you so afraid of that would conceal this? I don't understand. You did the right thing. Do you think Isidore had already been infected when he spoke with you? He was wrapped in cloth and smelled of alcohol. He said these were preventive measures, but I still think he could have done all that just to conceive me, after failing to convince my father. It was idiotic of me to fall for it. But why? So he could have already been infected when he visited Simon. I have to warn Ruben, it is very urgent. He is about to examine Simon as soon as the period of time required by the cane passes. But where is he? I have no idea. Where is his stay? I don't know. There was a secret dissecting room in one of the warehouses, but no one knows where exactly. He used to live mostly in the steepy, but sometimes he's sleeping in the termitary or at Laurel Ravel's shelter, but he's not there. I know that for sure. He went away to warn his master. What would you have done if you were him? I would have resigned myself and left the place for good. My investigation's over. I'd wait for him at the King's. It's simple. I'd check every warehouse, of course. Perhaps I'd find something. Please don't be alive. Think that I killed. Well, not only. Oh boy. Not only it's not a. Its body has vanished. Fuck. Oh, this is the Plague Finder. How interesting. Didn't even knew I had this. And also, hello there, Leo. Welcome to the stream. Rain says, hail, where? It's almost winter. There should be a snow, not hailstorm. So I have a lot of new notifications and writings down. Let's get one by one. This is the lump. Blah. Vlad told me to go over there. So many things is going on. I'll also make a save. I have no saves to speak of. Now I have. Other than that, there's a journal, don't I? Isidore Barak was murdered. Yulia Luricheva is generally capable of rational thought, then she is more astute than the majority of her contemporaries in this town. I am following in Isidore's wake, certain that the trail of his footsteps will lead me to the Crucible. There is little doubt in my mind that Isidore was well acquainted with each and every family in power. But it was Omginsky that held Isidore's leash. A relationship rooted in an unbreakable family loyalty. It was with the Omginskys that I must make my next destination. A cunning lot, aren't they? The older Omginsky does his best to avoid any mention of his household. When I asked him what his son was doing, the honorable stockbreeder momentarily lost his temper. I think that the son knows just as much as the father, and it would be easier to get him talking, but where can I find him? The investigation of the double murder has introduced me a few additional considerations. It is highly possible that Simon died to some unfamiliar disease. Stack Rubin, the town medic, should be warned at once. If he touches the body, he may contract whatever disease still remains in there. So that is good in a way that I started walking around and exploring. Now I have found out that there is a possible plague going on. Instead of just waiting for Rubin to show up later at night, and then we investigated the body together, and the both of us contracted the disease. This is today's quest, apparently. My other tasks, oh boy. Version. The beast-like fugitive. The younger Ongiski exhibited a genuinely traditional kind of filial piety, or is he pursuing some project of his own? One way or another, he is determined to get rid of the beast-like troublemaker. I wonder what the creature, whose death has no legal consequence, looks like. Leo says, what's up, dog? Nothing much, really. We're just playing some Pathological HD. It's a horror game of sorts. Even though Halloween has passed us by, I never got around to playing any Halloween-ish games. And this was another one of those many humble bundle games that I got so many of, and I wanted to see what's up with this. But other than that, I'm doing amazingly well. How about you, Leo? How are you doing today? There's also this The Many-Legged Fugitive. What kind of games are the local children playing? Lara is worried about them, or she is worried about the mysterious schmolders they seem to have discovered. It would put her mind at ease if I could get my hands on it and wrest it away from them. I know where they kept it. I can see the stash from my window in the still water. It's a house by the staircase. In a house by the staircase ruin. What? Version, the blood-covered fugitive. Could it be that the killer is hiding in the willows, where the singer Anna Angel resides? After all, some uncovered head to toe if fresh blood was recently offered shelter over there. Oh, this is another house. Oh no, this is the same. Never mind. Okay. Oh, alright. There's so many ladder ruins in this place. What the hell is up with this town? And for whatever reason, whenever I'm atop one of these ladders, I hear babies crying. And I also hear so many background noises that it kind of worries me and so much. Dog damn. I really dislike it. You guys have no idea. But anyway, this is it for today, everyone. I have done a lot of playing Pathologic Classic HD. It's a... like I said, it's one of those many Humble Bundle games. Apparently it's a remake of a classical game. And it's a horror game where you have a set amount of time to solve a big murder mystery and also avoid letting this entire town fall down to a plague. I'm really curious to see what happens afterwards, how does the story resolves itself and how it goes. But this game seems to be long as fuck. I'm not sure if this is the kind of game we can play or either finish on stream. But I don't know, I would like to hear what you guys think about this game and if you would like to watch and see more of it in the future. Because if you do, please do let me know. More of those horror games is. But before you all go, thank you all so very much for being here today. Every single one of you. Thank you so very much. Also, thanks Rain and Oni for the bits again. Those delicious bits. And... God damn, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. But now, before we truly actually go, how about you guys go and check out Seth? She's playing some delicious Spyro, and I think every single one of you would like to watch a little bit of Spyro. So let's go check her out. And also, well, Forces, thanks for stream. You want to see more? Leo says, please stream a bit later. Oh yeah, I should. The problem is that my... You know, with this whole daylight saving shenanigans, the streaming times are gonna be kinda effed a little bit. I'll see what I can do. But I will see about streaming later in the morning, Leo. But anyway, I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Actually, never mind. I forgot to say this, but tomorrow I'm not gonna be streaming in the morning because I have hospital shenanigans to do, so I won't be here tomorrow in the morning. But I will let you guys know on the Discord when we will be rescheduling that stream. Other than that, stay awesome every single one of you, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Stay awesome and bye bye.
Which works for a dragon. We got a raid. We got a raid.
Oh, Douglas, hey!